Sure, that's the same for Sam or whatever. All right.
Sam Eagle.
Yeah. You can go. You're good.
All right. Welcome back as we slide on in to the miasma that is the woodlands and all of the fugue of the hunger set upon you by the gracious Cinder. Last time we left off, you guys were traversing through the dead of night on your way in search of the Thunder Falls, where you'd hoped to find passage into the Greyground, the domain in which you might be able to locate the patron of Archek, late Archek, one Lianan Shea, known to be some sort of strange, fey-like entity. In your company, you have managed to wrestle up one large elephantin Dajong by the name of Kimo. And Oliver, as well as the illustrious Wallaby, are in attendance on your small vessel heading up towards the Thunder Falls. Have you decided on what the name is inscribed on the side of this ship?
Oh, I had options.
I like Stormy.
Stormy?
Yeah.
Stormy.
All right.
Cute and familiar.
Yeah.
Nickname Daniels.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Stormy.
Stormy has had a bit of an interesting jaunt, and with a little bit of repairs being necessary along the way, she's beaten up, but is still seaworthy, or at least riverworthy. But the question is, how are you guys? Because over the last several nights, you have experienced the unnerving cacophony of the creatures that prey in the night. And it has led to a rather irritable sleep. In fact, some of you are starting to manifest signs of behaviors that are a little bit disconcerting. Oliver, Emery, and Bull are all restless. Ilya has been taking more than his share of the rations as he's become hungry. Oliver and Bull have been splitting the rations a little unevenly in the meat department, having developed a carnivorous appetite, and Emery's developed a bit of a possessiveness over both Stormy and her brother Oliver, becoming territorial even. And Ilya is quite frankly egotistical, thinking that, after all of this time you guys saying, follow the leader, he's like, yeah, you know what? I am the leader.
Yeah, he's kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got a nice sword.
But as of now, these traits have been nuisances and concerning, but in no way intervention level as of yet. And that is where we left off. Moving you guys to the map. Move the map. Where's the map? Here it is, the map. You guys had managed to make it to the small rectangle of similar color to the one near the Thunder Falls. And you have been booking it because you guys are hoping to make it back to Lemoore in the effort of maintaining some sort of relationship with some of the entities that are there. Specifically, one Romaniel, a biomantic surgeon whom you guys met in your quests to save Wallaby. You're hoping to get back in time to be able to enter into the Crucible and fight someone that he's looking to have be taken down in basically a turf war between some of the companies that are what's the word for it? Vying for prestige amongst each other. And that is now where we left off. As morning draws on the 15th of the 15th pullet, who is at the helm this day?
I've been pretty possessive about being at the helm, so probably me.
Okay. And what all are you guys going to do to move the ship this morning? I know you've also, while you've manned the helm, sometimes you've also used your abilities to imbue the ship with extra speed.
Yeah.
So I will, or Bull will be giving it his all again today.
Okay.
Rowan.
Okay.
Since it's an option between driving the boat and doing my magic-y stuff, I'll just start with just manning the ship, unless, because I think we were taking turns, and so Ollie probably needs a rest.
You, Oliver, as well as Chemo, and even Wretch has taken turns at the helm with mixed success.
Yeah, I didn't do great.
I'll go. I'll just man it normal style.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
How did we do shifts?
What was
Yeah,
that?
Shifts. We had a shift schedule set up, so I would be helping row while I think Andrew would sleep.
Yeah, you and Chemo were taking the night shift rowing.
Okay.
Okay. So in that case, I'll assume that you and Chemo are sleeping, as well as
Yeah.
Wallaby. And then
and then who's
Oliver.
on deck? Is Oliver the night captain?
Oliver would be night captain as well, because
Yeah,
All right.
Emery was helping
yeah.
Okay.
him do that.
Then in daytime, I'll just help out where I can. If Bull needs help rowing, though he very aggressively does not.
Okay. So
The faster the better.
yeah, if you're gonna help row, that's fine.
Okay.
So I'll have you each roll athletics for me, and then I need a mechanics check from.
Sure.
I just need to see if I upgraded athletics at all. I have not. All right, I'm gonna use my lucky horseshoe already because 3 blanks does not a good roll make. I got 0 and 1.
I'll use my horseshoe too. That's how good we're doing so far.
Oh boy!
I got turned 2 blanks into like two successes, so that's
Wow.
5 success.
Okay. 5 successes. Holy crap! Keep in mind too that you guys all get your story points back. You all have 2 story points,
4
I didn't
and
think
2.
I would need to use it on rowing.
right? 4 and 2.
Yep.
Okay. You guys are able to row the boat at a consistent speed. However, it is not enough to make like excessive headway today. So you're able to fight against the rapids and keep moving the ship. And Emery is able to keep you guys on track. However, can you give me a vigilance check, Emery?
Mm-hmm. that thing that I would be definitely great at and shouldn't, fall on Wretch's shoulders. 2 and 2.
Nope.
Two. Okay.
I'm in the basement.
So you hear a splashing in the water.
Oh no. What is that?
And as you try to like cock your head to hear what's going on, you start to hear a rumbling voice off nearby the shore of this river. It's speaking some sort of primitive and goes, "Ah, you missed it! It's gonna get away!"
It is gonna get away.
That's not a good sign. Okay, I'll try to look at the shore and see if I can see. Might be trouble, guys. And try to scan for somebody.
You say it that mild-manneredly?
Yeah, it's Emery. That's
Okay, there's no one on the top of the ship with you.
That's why I asked.
I say it in a medium volume.
Okay.
There might be trouble, and then I'm looking to see if I can see anybody on the shoreline.
Okay, so for the folks underneath the ship right now, everyone who's sleeping, you didn't wake up from that, but the other two here through the bottom of the boards, so to speak.
Just know that I'm polite, unassuming, and bashful. So
yeah. Okay, so now as you try to look out into the darkness, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Did you hear something?
Now.
3 and 1.
You see a very tall figure. In fact, you kind of have to second guess what you're looking at. A figure maybe close to 20 feet tall. And it shuffles from one stout leg to another. And you hear, "Oh, boss, you can give it another throw. It hasn't even started swimming down yet." And you hear into the water again.
Does it look like he's trying to catch us?
Looking up, you see that there is a large rope over the ship now.
Guys? Might need to go faster!
And as you say this, you see the rope go, and the ship rocks to the right-hand side as something catches on the side of Stormy.
Stormy, no!
Rest in peace, Stormy.
Okay,
so we felt that.
Yeah, you guys felt the ship pitch, and in fact, Ilya, can you give me a vigilance check to see if you notice?
I'm gonna go running over to where we're hooked, basically.
Okay. Scampering over there and looking down, you see that this like almost crude hempen rope is hooked to an anchor that is over the side of the ship and then has managed to like basically harpoon into the side of the ship.
Ah, shit.
And it's been fish hooked into the side. And it is now starting to
2 and 2?
lilt to the side and be dragged, almost threatening to capsize. What did you get, Ilya?
2 and 2.
Yeah, you startle awake with the ship and kind of like roll out of your hammock and land Scarlett Johansson style.
It didn't even bring my bodysuit.
Are you sure, though?
Bull is gonna double down on the rowing. He's just gonna row even harder.
Yeah, Bull, you can see now. You and Wretch can see this metal protrusion into the hull of the ship.
Hey, Wretch, do you think you can get that out of our ship?
I can.
Uh,
No problem.
do you have a blunt object?
I can literally cut it out of the ship.
Don't
Oh,
cut a
true.
bigger hole in Stormy.
I'm not cutting the
You're not
ship.
done. You're
I'm
not
cutting
done.
the anchor.
Fair.
Literally have a stone cutter.
All right. Yeah. You can go for it. Should I help on the rowing front, or should I go up and see what's going on?
As long as he can get us, as long as Ilya can get us unhooked, I won't need help rowing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna scamper up the stairs.
Okay. As you start scampering up the stairs, Emery, the ship is being pulled to shore, essentially. And you hear, "Oh! I thought, what are you trying to get? You hands off, you can get the next one." As you hear two voices.
That's enough of that. And I'm gonna try to grab the rope and try to convince it to break.
Oh boy. Okay. Give me a be a cantrip magic check.
Because I don't know what they're doing now.
Yep.
And
And the rope is wet.
okay. One, two, three, 4, 5. 5 and 1.
Okay. So you take the 2 string, but you reach down and you grab a hold of this rope, and you ask it to unweave itself. And being made of many, many, many small fibers, it slowly starts to go ping, 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 as it starts to unravel. But it is a tangled Christmas light, so it is taking some time. Ilya, you are attempting to rush over and cut into the anchor, correct?
Ilya.
We lost Ilya. Alright. Wretch. You get up to the surface and you see Emery working on this rope, and you see 2 large figures just on shore. We lost them.
Nope.
What do you do?
You hear me now?
We knew you now.
Yep.
Okay. Yes. Sorry, I don't know what happened, but I would like to spend a story point to use my sword's ability and hack off. Kind of carve out the anchor so it's loose from the ship.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to give me a coordination check.
Check. Wait, actually quite good at that.
Don't cut the ship in half.
Cut the ship in half.
That would make the story more exciting.
Cut the ship in half.
Oh, well, I don't think I'll be cutting the ship in half. 1 triumph, 2 success, and 4 advantage.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a cut the ship in half.
You're able to basically you take the sword, you set it onto the what affinity is it at right now?
Do I... probably not fire, huh? I don't think I'm going to go, because of the circumstances, I'm going to go with lightning.
Oh God.
Okay. So you take 4 strain when you cut yourself with it.
Wait, what?
Yes.
I'm confused.
Because when you bleed yourself with the sword, you suffer the effects of its elemental affinity.
I used a story point, so even
The
so
story
even though I
point-
don't take damage,
I'll say for the story, I'll allow it with the story point that you don't take the damage. but just keep that in mind for future use when you're not doing the story point. So you take your sword and you put it on the protruding portion of this anchor, and kind of like run it level with the wood of the ship, and you just kind of like slide it like you're lathing part of it off, like you're just kind of skimming part of it off, and the metal just sears off, and you could kind of use the butt of the sword to kind of like give it one last pop, and it shimmies out of its hole. And you hear it go up the side of the ship, just as Emery lets loose the rope, and it tumples off and falls into the water. But now water is gouting into this part of the boat as it whoosh back. It kind of cocks back into the water for a second, and it starts filling in. But roll me a d4 if you could.
D4. One.
Fortunately, that means that the hole is near the bottom of the ship, so it will continue to take on as the ship levels out. Bull, can you give me a strength check as you are attempting to row like a madman?
So in athletics, you mean?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Cool. 6 and 2.
Nice. Take 3 strain as you haul on these oars, and you hear, "Oh, they broke my fishing hook. Oh, I think it's time to get the spears." It's like, "Oh, just you hold on. I still got my line." As you hear, as another attempt to hook the ship occurs here. Sarah, can you roll me 2 purple dice?
Me?
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, okay, that's so purple. Yeah, 1 failure.
Okay. The this time the hook catches the back of the ship, and you feel it once more, and is being pulled off kilter. At this point, the ship is getting closer and closer to shore, and the figures you can much more easily make out with the stellarium light coming in through the break in the land, the canopy that forms this river channel. There are 2 giants standing probably about knee deep off of the shore.
Nice.
What do you guys do?
Are you all the way up here? Wretch?
Yeah, I'm on the top level of the ship deck. There you go.
Sure.
I was blanking on it.
So we might have like a problem. You see those guys?
It does seem that way.
I think they're trying to like catch us like we're fish. Which isn't very nice.
That's not very nice.
I don't think that's possessive of the boat enough.
Okay. I've got to get back to the wheel.
Okay. Can I like wave at them?
Yeah. What are you
Alright.
trying to do?
Get their attention.
Oh, I think I did hear that fish talk. It's got a little fin on the top, flapping around, waving at us. Look at that. I'm gonna use that to pick my teeth.
Oh no. That's not
Wait.
good.
Fish are friends, not food.
Thanks, Finding Nemo. Alright. I wish I had Edgar in his bag of tricks. Can I light one of my torches? Okay. I'm gonna light one of my torches and hold that up and see if they notice that the fish is on fire.
Okay. So as you do that, Emery, you run over to the helm of the ship, and you notice that you're gonna have very, very little control over the ship right now because it is being reeled in essentially on a hook.
All right, I'm gonna talk to Stormy
Okay.
and try to get her to help wiggle herself free.
Okay. Go for it.
All right.
Meanwhile, below deck, the ship is taking on water, but as it does, one thing that you guys notice is that the hole almost bottoms out as dirty mud comes through the hole.
Oh.
I
So
only
if we
got
sink, we're not going to sink very far anyway.
one success to advantage this time.
One success, two advantage.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, the boat, the magic, so your magic is being washed away by the river, and it is making it hard for you to really find purchase with Stormy.
Okay.
And as that's going on, you hear as the ship now with the pole angle is kind of at an it's kind of raising the butt of the ship out of the water, so the nose of the ship is now digging down towards and is actually bottoming out a bit. You hear, "Oh, is that bit of light? No, it's just a reflection. No, it's not. That's fine. You idiot. What is going on? These fairies, that gray glaze just always making things weird. Just get a spear ready, why don't you?"
Emery speaks primitive, right?
Yeah, she can understand that.
Oh, Wretch, can you?
I believe I do.
Okay. Just wanted to double check.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I just
Common
wanted
primitive.
wanted to make sure.
I know everything.
You gonna yell at him to stop trying to eat us?
Sure. Is it my turn to do things in the non-combat sense, or you can
Yeah,
deal
you
with the
guys-
mud
you guys
stuff?
Yeah, feel free.
Okay. I shout at them at primitive. Just saying that, have you never seen a boat before?
It's kind of dark out here, but in hindsight, Darren, no shit, it's a boat. Eat 'em. I'm hungry up here.
I'm sorry.
We're just pulling you to shore. It's real dangerous out here all alone.
Just so you know, we wouldn't taste very good. Like, I'm kind of stringy, and he's kind of furry. And the boat wouldn't be very good to eat either.
Never really ate a boat before. She did say she's stringy. Wallabies at this point, up and going, up and coming up to the surface with you guys as well. Kind of freaking out about the situation. I'm sick of eating trees. It's too fibrous. I keep telling you, it's good for your diet.
I mean,
Y'all still made of meat though.
what is in a trail ration?
Trail rations, I imagine that like every 5 trail rations you would have like a loaf of bread, a hock of salted meat, and probably some nuts, and maybe a couple of dried fruits of some sort, like sliced apples or something like that.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I turn to Emery, Hey, what are the odds you turn, like... does this ship have, like, generic barrels on it and crap?
I would say that it does, but the provisions are going to be very limited because you guys didn't specifically stock up with anything before you left.
No. I just need a barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what if we take this barrel, cut it in half, make a bowl out of it. You do all your mechanics stuff because that's not really how my brain does the thinky thoughts.
Uh-huh.
I put this giant hunk of meat and dried fruits, set it on fire so it smells nice and good, and then we let that go and like push it away from the boat, and then they want the good smelling thing that's full of literal meat, and we leave.
Okay, yeah, I like that
Thoughts?
idea. I'm gonna look at how much meat we have, and then look at the giants and make an assessment as to if we have a.
I was gonna combine
sizable-
20. Yeah, I was gonna combine 20 trail rations and put them in there and set it on fire.
So what I would say is that, like, quickly assessing the situation, you might be able to like try to persuade them, but to like be like, "We're not food. Here's food off the side of the ship. Go catch it." It's like they're not a dog necessarily. You know what I mean? So food for thought on that. As far as rations go, he said 20 rations.
Yeah, I have 20.
That would be a decent meal for a giant.
Or, I mean, if we don't want to do the here boy, I could just like offer it. You know, they're talking about meat and stuff. I could just be like, "Oh, we just have meat if you fuck off."
Yeah, if you want to do that, feel free. My voice probably won't carry that far.
Okay. DM, does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, I would
That
just
it'll work.
communicate with the rest of the party.
Okay. Well, I mean, that one he could. Well, I already talked to Emery. Kind of weird to go back in time.
Meanwhile, while you guys are up there, Bull's just down below going, "Oh, god damn!"
Is this so much harder?
So is the hole plugged by the mud?
Yeah, it is not plugged by the mud, but it is draining into the ship slower. If that makes sense.
I'm gonna try to like smother the mud over the hole. Not sure if that's how it's working or how vitrified the soil is.
Okay. Give me a mechanics check.
Ah, shit. Okay. Fuck. Nope. One advantage.
Yeah, no, based off of your god-awful roll, you're panicking and like, no, the mud.
I didn't mean to.
Alright,
Maybe you can cut the hole out of the ship.
so at this point, the ship is dragged slowly into a stop. And two giants now loom maybe 25 feet away from the ship, looking down. You got some sort of deal. You got food in this, otherwise we'll crack it open and eat you like a nice clam.
The boat doesn't have food inside of it, so there's nothing to gain there. But we have food we'd be willing to trade with you.
You hear that? They want to trade.
Well, I mean, what do you just want to feed into the stereotypes that there's a bunch of dangerous monsters around here and then less people come by? Or if you do a deal with us, we could talk about how smart you guys are and then more people come by. I mean, that was up to you.
You're right, I am awfully smart. No telling you now, right? She's talking about me. He looks down at you. Give me a persuasion check.
I'm so fucking persuasive, you have no idea.
This
On
would be,
that note,
either negotiation or deception.
I would like to use a story point because I'm so confident in how persuasive I am that I'm using it to mock you.
Preemptively. Yes. All right.
All right, I'm gonna do just negotiation.
Okay.
That is 4 and 0. Let's go.
Okay. You suffer 2 strain as you sit there like pensively with the sweat beading on your brow. But you hear, would be nice. Scats have been kind of scant lately with all them other predators around. But Jerem, I'm hungry now. They said they had food. This could work out. All right, little rat. How about you bring out your meats and your cheeses and what you got? If it's enough for tonight, we'll let you go.
What do I get in the bargain?
You get to live.
I want more than that. I want to smile.
You can see all my teeth if you want.
That would be nice. You got nice teeth.
Yeah, they glisten real good with that torch you got there, don't they?
All right. Well, I got my side of the deal. Hey guys, I'm gonna go downstairs, like completely just not noticing that there was a threat in there.
Do you think that they're gonna be... Oh, he's gone.
I'm gone.
I think that this should work out quickly if we could expedite the process. Don't think we want them changing their minds.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I start just like making the barrel thing that he asked me to do as quickly as I could.
All right.
So as I go downstairs, I completely ignore the flooding and stuff, and I'm like, "Hey, you guys, like, we need some meat up top. You guys got any spare? Any meat? Any meat? Meat, guys?" As I'm like just wading through this water, and Ilya's freaking out and just not really interacting with that.
You see Emery Oliver at this point, like a little panicked. He goes, "We're not really gonna give away all the meat, are they? It's the only thing we have to eat around here."
I have some mushrooms, some bread, cheese. You
Are
do.
we beyond that?
Either that or we get eaten, guy.
We didn't used to eat meat at all before.
But we've been working up a sweat. We gotta keep our bodies up in shape. We're not sitting around camp for twillets on end, sister.
Right, but either we give them that meat or we're the meat. You see the problem?
Why can't they be the meat?
I'd rather not go. I'm not that hungry.
I mean, Bo and I could probably... If I stood on both shoulders, we could look them in the eye or the belly button.
Probably the nipple, because they're about 3 times our height.
Yeah, we get right at the nipple. And I've got a super magic sword now, and everything is allergic to lightning. So,
I mean, if you would rather violence your way out of the problem, you can feel free to do that. I'm just doing what Wretch would do.
I mean, I am low on strain all of a sudden because I out-cheat myself. And I've still got a hefty amount of damage.
We did say your story point did not do the strain. It's
Okay.
just for when you bleed yourself later on.
So I thought that I had to make a prayer to Azrael and choose an elemental affinity.
At the start of every day. You can pick a different.
Okay.
So I was just asking what you would have done before, because you would have had an opportunity. But I'll assume it's lightning until you do it again, which you won't have an opportunity until tomorrow.
gonna be so
Okay.
bad for the ecosystem. Just don't put it in the water, okay?
There are thematic effects, like sticking a lightning sword in the water.
So that rope is wet, right? And are they still attached to it?
That would be upstairs, yes, but you are currently downstairs, unless you've said otherwise. And Rex just came down asking for rations. That's where we left off.
I have 20 I'm willing to give to this cause. So.
I'm very low on rations. I am not willing to part with them.
God damn it.
I've
Big
only got enough
rations, too.
rations for like 2 more nights.
Alright. What does Wallaby got?
Alcohol.
Why am I the only one useful on this entire ship?
we could feed them the elephant man.
Honestly, does he need both of his legs?
He's got a lot of meat on his
He
bones.
doesn't need those. Doesn't need his trunk, really.
Why is he
Yeah,
still
hands.
alive? Doesn't Ilya hate him? Come on.
Oh, a vehement disgust and hatred for him for making us go down into the belly of the world. But,
Well, get rid of him. Kill that guy.
yeah, but I've got a quest that could net us a shitload of money.
All right.
Money's not gonna matter if we're dead.
Okay.
I will simply pay death to fuck off.
So no one down here has meats for the journey. Okay. All right.
They want meat, I'll show them meat, and I angrily walk up the steps not knowing what I'm dealing with yet.
All right. That sounds like his problem. I take up the oars that are now strangely just absent.
Okay. As he goes up to the top, he goes, you hear, "Oh, they do have meat. Oh, cow."
That's racist.
He has a glandular problem.
Thematically speaking, is them having to do a fear check going to be effective?
No, because
Or are they
they
outside of that
themselves
realm?
are terrifying.
Okay.
And you just see Emery sitting cross-legged on the ground with this half a barrel, trying to artfully array what Wretch left behind in like an appetizing platter.
What what rations do you have? I would say that you can have up to 2/3 of your rations be meats and cheeses that would appease these folks. I would also allow you to make a performance check after you tell me how many rations you have for like making it look appetizing, right?
I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying what I understand to be the truth. I believe Emery is working with the 20 rations I gave up, and that's it.
That's
Okay.
what I am working with. I have some truffles. Do you think they'd like truffles?
Knowledge people check if you'd like.
I would also like to do a knowledge people or animal check, whatever these people are. But I would like to know, are these creatures native to my country?
Okay.
So that
Yeah.
I get the native boost?
Yeah, so looking over at them, give me a knowledge people check real quick.
I got 4 and 1
With-
for the truffles.
With the native citizen boost or no?
Yes, with the native citizen boost, yes.
I like to think while he's
Ah.
rolling, I like to think that like he's trying to see if he knows them. Like, oh, this is Gary and Ted, those bastards.
Everybody loves truffles.
Everybody loves truffles. Great, great. They're gonna look great. I'm gonna try to make this like look really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to make the presentation.
You can add 2 boost dice because of your truffles to your performance check on making this look appetizing.
It's a performance check.
Yes, because you're trying to make something look appetizing.
1 and 1.
Emery?
Oh, I thought you were gonna do that first. 2 and 3 for the
Okay.
making it look good.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of finish up. You think you got a decently you'd eat it situation going on.
I don't even eat meat.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Bull, going up there, you recognize these as giants. However, the only thing that makes them recognizable or distinguishable from ogres is the fact that they're speaking language instead of just like cave trolling at you. These have been known to frequent the woodlands, but they are not like a dime a dozen around here. This would be considered like your like classic like hillbilly trapper going into the woods. They're indigenous, but they're by no means like part of the ecosystem necessarily.
So would the military have a damn it, what's the word? A routine for dealing with these guys?
Yeah. For the most part, you guys would probably put up with them until you guys didn't put up with them anymore, at which point you would probably kill them on sight. But typically speaking, if they pass through the fringe wood unmolested and made it into here, it really just depends on whether or not they're damaging the ecosystem or not. Which you would be familiar with what's going on in the north as far as that goes. 2 giants isn't very much. If there was like a camp of 10 giants, that would be a problem.
All right, so I look up at them and I'm like, now listen here, boys. We're going to give you this food and you better let us go without any issues because I've dealt with your kind before, and let me say it's a great treat to have to take you down.
Intimidating.
Can you roll me a d8?
Me?
Yeah.
A D8? Which one's that? That is... this one? It is that one. Ooh, that's either good or bad. It's a 1.
The worst.
Nah, dude, the best.
You were rolling on the hunger chart to see what traits this would trigger with them. So you say that to these giants. One of them looks over at you and goes, "Oh, it'll be a tasty treat for you, huh? 2 can play that game. Tell you what," he looks down. "This is a pretty nice spread you got here. I'm gonna eat it. And you guys are gonna run along. But if I don't hear you go wee 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 if you run, we're gonna throw our spears at you, haul you back, and put you on a spit. Big boy."
Sounds like we're gonna kill him.
I'm gonna.
That's what I heard. I heard bulls say. I heard the giants say that they're begging to be slaughtered brutally, and for us to mount their heads on pikes at the bow of our ship.
Your
That's what
options were to
Ilya
get
heard.
either hungry or carnivorous or territorial or competitive or prideful. There's about a 50-50 shot
Making
either they're
sense.
too hungry to fuck with this or too prideful to let it go.
Hey.
Whatever.
I'm not saying we as we go off, and they're gonna kill anybody else who comes down the river.
Wretch will happily say wee.
One of the giants now picks up the food and starts hauling up for him and his other buddy to like pick at, almost like it's grapes. As they're kind of have got this shit-eating grin now on their face.
So I yell back at...
Sorry,
I yell back at the boat.
1 second. For my ledger,
One.
the I lost the meat and the cheeses. Does that mean I lost like 16 trail rushes because I still have the bread? Or did I lose them all?
You lost 12.
Okay, I lost 12. Okay, continue.
So with that, I turn and yell back towards the ship. You got that hole patched up yet, boys?
I look over at
No.
Ilya like,
No, I
Stay
look at
on
Lurch like,
water.
look, buddy, I tried. If you want to take a crack at it while I figure out why these giants aren't letting us go post haste.
We know how Wretch fixes holes in the ship. He puts his body in the hole.
Do we still have any of that patching tar?
Yes.
I-
Your character just didn't think of it because of how low your roll was.
Yeah. It's like, gesture to the tar, gesture to Wretch. It's like, I gotta figure out why we're stuck.
Wait, there's a hole in the ship?
I mean, like, why the giants aren't letting us skedaddle.
No, just Emery had no idea until now.
Oh, yeah.
She's just been, like, arranging food, and now she's panicking. Because Stormy's hurt, and she's possessive over Stormy, but she's just been laying out this meal for these things willy-nilly.
All right. So I'm assuming Emery goes down, and Ilya runs up, and
Yep.
Ilya, you see Bull kind of mad dogging with these giants, and there's this pregnant pause. The whole will they get back in their ship and wee away, or will they not?
Won't they?
I'm gonna whisper to Bulls, like, how allergic are they to lightning?
Are they currently standing in the water?
Yeah, they're about knee deep.
Oh! Oh, are they?
But hold on, there's water in our ship, and we
So
currently have two
am
people down there.
They're about knee deep in the water. How do you have a map up?
Okay. Yeah.
How
now
close
that you
are they
guys-
to our ship?
Yeah. Now that you guys are.
I'll be back. Assume I'm trying to patch up the ship. Still further notice. Okay, I'll let you out.
So the brown around the outside, just so that way I can distinguish and separate the muddy water away from the deeper water. So you guys are essentially in shallow water right now, and then I'll just want to. These guys are like here.
Okay. And do either of them have hold of the rope?
Yeah. So this one here has a long log essentially that has the rope that is hooked, kind of over by Emery's character token, and the other one has basically several spears stuck in the mud behind him, and he's got one in his hand.
Oh, I have an idea. So lightning on my sword, would that... So I understand that has effects on my damage. So, hypothetically speaking, if I were to put my sword in the water, but all of my party members were touching me before I did that, would that ground them to me and just transfer electricity to the giants?
What I would say is that the lightning effect wouldn't affect like everywhere for a long distance. It would be more of like a 10-foot radius, 10, 15-foot radius from where you are. So keep that in mind. It's not going to be like you stick your like it'll bleed out so much in this body of water that it'll only be about a 10-foot radius.
That's not as fun.
Yeah, it's not like sticking like a 13 kV transmission line or whatever, or 135 kV transmission line in the water.
Man, I don't want to start a fight with these guys without the party's consent. You guys are willing to get out of here, and that's probably... Well, we've got to patch our boat first.
Doesn't matter to me personally. I would just never be the one to instigate a fight like that, and I don't care about losing meat, but I don't have many rations left. Doesn't matter for me, either way.
I personally want to kill these giants. Personally.
They already paid the toll. I mean, if we kill them now, then what was the point of giving them all that food? Should have thought about that.
Have you ever seen a turfuckin? we're stuffing them with food, so that when we cut them open, there's just more food.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and again,
are we sold on eating them?
I would eat them. Fuck them.
So I'm literally how is it put? I carnivorous hunger. So yes, I would probably eat them.
All right, that's fine. If I don't partake, is that okay?
Are you carnivorous?
I'm not carnivorous. I'm just like,
are you guys having this conversation on the deck?
I feel like
I just leaned in real close to Bull and asked him if he knows how allergic they are to lightning.
I would say as allergic as we are.
And they're not apparently wearing any armor?
No.
No armor.
You're looking at the same thing I am.
Yeah, it's for the most part, it's like they've got like furs on them. But even that is light.
I don't want to get my party members killed, but I want these guys dead.
Okay, in real time, what's actually going on now?
I'm trying to patch the ship.
Okay, running upstairs, can you give me a mechanics check?
Yes, Captain. You said No, that was for something else, right? Oh yeah. Okay, sorry.
As far as what's happening on the top of the ship, I'm just kind of like standing there, prepped for anything to happen.
Okay.
But hoping that Emery can get the ship moving before anything happens.
2 and 4.
Okay. You're kind of struggling in the dark since it's pitch black and you're in the hole, trying to find the resources. So it's taking you some time. Up at the top, you hear Wallaby go, you sure you got your food? Moo, wee, oink, whatever you want. We're gonna be on our way to Ho Chi Minh. This is a great spot, by the way. Fantastic eye for a major thoroughfare. The view.
I like to think that me and Ilya both look at Wallaby like really slowly, like, what the fuck did you just do?
Well, I abandoned the oars because I heard weeing happening without me, and I come over just like wee, wee. But like I'm having fun wee.
Nice.
Yep. And I'm like, Ollie, I need a light.
Okay, yeah, he comes down, and you can go ahead and give me another mechanics check.
Ah, shit. 1 and 5.
1 and 5. Okay. You manage to stifle the water flow, but it's a bit of a shoddy fix. Like, it's gonna be one of those things where, like, over continued use, you guys will need to bail water, sort of thing. But it's enough that, like, in this panic state, you hear up top, Wallaby's like, all right, just need to push off now. I'll go down and get some oars quick. And he runs down and he's like trying to hand off oars to the boys up top to like start pushing off out of the mud.
It's gonna have to be good enough for now. I just we gotta get out of here. I'll keep trying to.
All right.
Well,
So
we-
with that, I'll take one or two of the oars and start stick pushing.
Okay. Ilya, what about you?
I'm gonna do the same thing. Just gonna, before I do, lean in really close to Bull, so only he and I can hear. Is when we get back, we're gonna eat giants.
Give me a stealth check.
Oh shit!
Oh, God. Couldn't let it go.
I really couldn't. Oh. So the horseshoe, how many does it let me re-roll?
As many as you want.
Like
I'm guessing. I'm guessing the giants heard us.
Nope, not a fucking peep. 6 success. Not a
Nice.
goddamn thing.
I was worried there.
I
for
may
a
not
second.
even have heard what I said.
All right.
Just-
give me
yeah,
your,
just-
your athletics checks, guys.
Just as you said that is actually when Wretch came up and started running around shouting "wee," and that
You're
made
right.
them laugh so they couldn't hear anything.
Those lucky horseshoes have really come in handy. They almost made
Yeah.
that go sour.
Great. So we avoided. Good.
So far,
Triumph and 4 success and 1 advantage.
Yeah. What about you, Bull?
what am I rolling?
Athletics. As you guys push away.
Oh.
I'm sure. With that roll alone, you guys-
Hold on, I might catapult us. You never
right?
know.
It's snap an oar.
Okay, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
1 in 5.
Oh God. Well, Ilya helps yeet you guys back into the water, and between
I'm too busy staring at them, licking my lips.
right, Emery manages to get the ship heading in the right direction. Yeah. As you guys try to get the hell out of here.
We are gonna have a grumpy party as far as the ones who have been hungry.
Right. So one thing to note: you guys have no more meat.
No more.
No more
What?
meat.
Some
Well-
people.
I didn't give up my food for it.
I'm literally the only person who gave up the meat.
Yeah, there's no more meat in the rations that Wretch has.
I was gonna say I've got like 2 more rations left. There better be fucking meat in them.
So you guys managed to make your way back into back along toward the Thunder Falls, and the rest of the day goes relatively unassuming. But it takes you. Let's see here. What's wrong?
Can I keep trying to do a better job patching that hole?
Yeah, and I would say over a little bit of time, over the period of the rest of the day, you're able to help secure that as you and your brother kind of take turns keeping the ship on progress, so to speak. And you make it to about here. So, night shift. It is your turn. Here's the thing. So you've been up because you got interrupted during the day for the all hands on deck event. So, everyone needs to sleep tonight. Or some people can choose to stay up, but you will suffer the effects of a sleepless night. Which is your guys' choice. And Bull is exhausted.
Why am I exhausted?
From rowing all day.
Oh,
Well, I can I'll have to suffer the effects of a sleepless night then. How much strain is that?
Half of your total minus a discipline check, I believe.
For me, would Ollie be in
Okay.
the same boat? Like,
yes, because he.
that wasn't supposed to be it.
Oh yeah.
What?
2 triumphs and 2 successes.
2 triumphs
Like a
and 2
discipline
successes.
check?
That you could use that for 4 success, so you could recover. You could suffer 4 less essentially.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll take a strain.
Where am I questy?
Suffer the effects of a sleepless night.
Okay. Yeah, so you suffer 4 less than half your total, and then you will have for the following day you will have a setback the whole day if you do not sleep during the next day, but you will. So we can circle back to that. With you, there is chemo up at night. Who else is up? You're gonna stay up all night.
Is my brother in the same position that I am?
Yes.
Then I'll stay up instead of him.
Okay, so suffer half of your total strain minus a discipline check. Discipline, resilience, or cool check.
Shit. And only successes help
No.
for the check, or do the advantage that I rolled?
Yeah, it's only success. Yes.
I'm tired, but I don't trust anybody else to touch Stormy.
Okay. All of you can consume 1 food ration, and then if you have one for Oliver and for the Dajang as well.
I've got 1 food left, but I fed my brother and I.
Okay. Keep in mind, you guys can do half rations, so you guys can take a damage and skip eating for the day as well.
I'll let my brother eat, but I will
Okay.
take the damage instead.
Okay. He eats your last meat.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need you all to give me discipline checks. And then your sleeplessness will apply to the discipline check, Emery, and Lydia. Which I just have over here.
2 and 1.
1. Here we go. Okay. 2 and 1. Okay. You are fine.
2.
You are fine. Bowl.
Apparently you cut out. I didn't hear what I was supposed to be rolling.
Discipline. Yeah. Or cool.
3 success.
All right. And then Wretch.
2 and 1.
All right. Another night goes by. You guys, although haggard, are no worse for the wear on the effects of Cinder's rage. Everyone else on the ship got a long rest that night, and we'll move into the next day. And the ship is going to be moving. I need a athletics check. Add 2 green dice. Add a yellow and a green die to your athletics check, Ilya. Could you please?
Add a yellow and a
I
green?
need you to give me a mechanics check.
Add a yellow and a green to my check.
Yes, for the dojo.
One success, 5 advantage.
Check.
Ilya?
5 and 1. Hold on. Six and 4.
6 and 4. Wow. And with that, you guys are able to rough it a little bit further. However, Emery, the ship unfortunately, as you're bumbling along, it scrapes that patch up from earlier
Ugh.
and springs another leak on there. There's some water that the ship's taken on. You guys need to start bailing water at this point of your journey. So starting off this next day, the night crew will need to sleep. But what are you guys? What's the configuration here?
I can bail water. I was just kind of around as support, so I can do that.
Yeah, I will continue rowing if he's going to be bailing water.
Okay.
That leaves my brother at the helm because I let him sleep last night.
Yep. Brother at the helm. Bowl is bailing water. Who's
No, I'm not.
Sorry.
I'm paddling.
You're paddling. Who's bailing water?
Wretch.
Me.
Wretch. Okay. All right. Sarah, can you roll a green and yellow? And Bowl, I'm gonna need you to give me an athletics check, and as well as Wretch, you can either give me an athletics check or you can give me a survival check.
Athletics.
Okay.
Boy. 1 triumph plus
4 success and 2 advantage.
With the triumph, thank you. Emery, what'd you get?
1 and 2.
And Wretch?
3 and 0.
3 and 0? Okay. Wretch is able to keep up with the bailing the same rate that it takes for, unfortunately, Oliver making the boat go in zigzag patterns and isn't necessarily missing all of the rocks. I see your hands up.
Can Wallaby be trying to fish?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, he would love to be fishing. Thank you.
I just realized Wallaby was never doing anything, and that sounds like both helpful and totally unhelpful.
Yeah,
So
no,
it sounded just
that's
like Wallaby.
Between today and yesterday, he catches 4 rations of fish. So you can each get a ration of fish, which is meat. And meanwhile, your big burly bull pushes the ship along. You guys arrive in the evening, although it's been dead of night this whole time, and just start cresting into the boundary of the Thunder Falls. You'll probably be in the general vicinity after another night shift. So at this point, everyone who did their who stayed up last night, you guys are fully recovered because you slept during that shift. And that's where we're at.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
We had talked about the gray glade before, and it had been mentioned like something about like a rainbow or something.
Yep.
What was that exactly?
How's a rainbow going to happen if there's no sun?
Yep. That's a good question.
Moonlight.
The only entrance known by Jackaled to the Great Glade is obscured by mist but framed in rainbows.
Yeah, that sounds like this being close to the falls. I didn't know. Had we asked you about it, Bull? Like if you knew anything about the Great Glade before?
I believe you did ask me it, and I couldn't really add anything to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember if we had done that already. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'll say I'll need one more shift as you guys starts to kind of get into the general vicinity.
Did I get a full long rest just now?
Yes.
I'll take up the helm again. I'd like to ask whatever NPC, so to speak, is on the boat to be keeping an eye out for those signs then. I'll be keeping an eye out too, but I'll also be trying to just direct the boat in general, so it'd be nice if we had somebody focused on trying to see mist and
Don't you
rainbows
have-
and
Don't you
efforts.
have the best eye outs?
Wait, sorry. Yeah, Oliver. Yeah, Oliver was up during the day. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep.
So now that I'm back on track, I'll be keeping an eye out and asking whoever else is kind of bumming around to keep an eye out too.
Okay, I believe the chemo
That'll
and
be
Ilya
the,
down below.
Yep.
Oh yeah, then you guys wouldn't be able to see. All right, that's fine. Everybody else, if everybody else is gone, then
Unless
just
you
be
make
me.
Mr. Fisherman stay awake.
Nah. He probably passed out with his fishing pole still in his hand.
Yeah, it's bold to assume he's awake right now.
Yeah, he's actually asleep. Perfect. So I need you to give me a mechanics check and add a green and yellow to a athletics check, Ilya.
Oh, seriously? 1 and 4 again.
Well, I rolled like garbage.
Yes.
Ilya,
Did you ask me to roll a mechanics check?
athletics, please. As you,
I heard you mention my character name, but not what to roll for. I was confused.
Sorry. Yeah. And you can add a green and a yellow for the Dajang assisting you.
4 and 4.
Okay. You guys. Throughout the night, you manage to bring the ship into an area that gives the name of the Thunder Falls its namesake. It is a reverberating roar throughout this whole area, and quite frankly, the whole ship is covered in mists as you go into this area, and it's not like there's just one waterfall, and it's not like all of the waterfall. It's not like there's a ton of waterfalls in just one area. This whole area is just laced with them, and pockets of waterfall here and there.
Bless you.
Some of them are very prolific. Some areas might have 3 waterfalls, but very similar to this picture that you guys see before you. The area is large. It's not just like, oh hey, look, the waterfall.
We're at the bottom. Okay. Great.
Bull and Kima, I need you to get to the back of the ship. We're gonna row straight up the waterfall.
So at this point in this area, there's crops of rocks nearby. The jungle, you can actually kind of see the break in the jungle, like distantly, as you can make out, kind of like up and over the waterfalls, etc. I will have you all at this point. Another day has passed. It is the morning of the 17th day of this twilight. Can you all either choose to consume a ration or take a damage? You all get the benefits of a long rest, except the night crew will need to either rest in the morning to get on cycle with everyone, or you can choose that potentially by the end of by like midday you'll become exhausted, right? But then I need you all to give me discipline or cool checks for the call of the hunger.
Two triumph, 2 success.
Okay.
1 and 2.
1 and 1.
Okay.
A triumph, 3 success, 4 advantage.
All right. Can you roll me a d4, sir?
One.
Emery has been up all night, and she wasn't able to fix the one of the patches that she was doing broke out, and in the process of trying to place it back, like get it situated back in, she started beating it relentlessly, trying to get it to seat and trying to get the sealant to seal, and starts cursing violently and lashes out when Oliver tries to get her attention, noticing that she's kind of going into a frenzy there. You've developed another trait.
Uh-huh.
This one is not faint. It is not a nuisance. It is not concerning. It is threatening. That is in its magnitude. This is something that everyone should be very aware of. This is something that is dangerous to have. You are impulsively violent.
Well,
Are you
I'm
go- are
going
you
to
gonna
need
announce
some
it?
time how to process this on top of all of my other personality traits. That is vastly different than the rest.
Oh no, don't worry about me. Stab, 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 stab. It'll be okay.
I will have to consider this carefully.
it's a good thing that we have that it's her that's impulsively violent and not Ball.
Oh no, she slapped you. Did you feel it?
I don't know, but because with my other personality traits where I'm like loud and obnoxious and sarcastic, at least you'd have some kind of warning. With her, she's gonna be standing there smiling and then she'll just snap and stab everybody.
Yeah.
Good point.
You've
Yeah.
arrived at the Thunder Falls. What do you do next?
Maybe if you walk through them, we'll be cured.
I was keeping an eye out for, rainbows and mist and things like that. If I didn't spot a pathway, I would suggest, since I think I would anchor the ship on one of the sides.
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
Whatever side seems like it has a better spot for, getting off of the boat.
Yeah. Give me a survival check. Or a knowledge nature check, your choice.
Survival or knowledge? I will do survival.
Okay.
A triumph, 3 success, and 1 advantage.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to find a calm jetty, whatever.
Calm Yeti.
Small area that is like a pool where water collects that you're able to steer the ship into, and set anchor. And more specifically, you're able to find a spot that seems to, you're able to pick out almost a serpentine path that will allow you to navigate a large share of these waterfalls and at least begin to start examining not just this bottom area, but the second tier, and then potentially reach the third tier on foot. But that's like a lot of hiking, to be clear.
Okay. So we docked. I am tired, and a good chance I'll feel exhausted. Okay. But you said I could either. What were the options for the night crew? Sorry.
Night crew can you guys can sleep for 6 hours, get on track with everyone else by midday, and then you guys can all set out and be on track by midday. So 11, 12 o'clock.
We got places to be, things to do.
Yep.
No time to waste.
Facts.
Things to punch.
I got a special sword to use.
I'm feeling, yeah. Given like everything that I'm feeling here, I'm not gonna rest. I'm gonna risk like becoming exhausted midday. I feel too restless to like. We gotta go.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to start looking for the entrance.
Okay.
I don't know about everybody else, but
What are you guys doing specifically? Is there anything creative that you want to do other than like start turning over stones and just looking around? And you guys can ask me if you something specifically that you want me to do, so that you're looking to do, and I can suggest giving a roll, or you can suggest an idea of a type of thing you'd like to do, and then roll for a more specific idea. Right, like I want to get a good vantage point to assess this area, or did you want to try to like plumb the depths of your knowledge to see if there's a better idea associated with the mists and stuff like that, or think about the stellarium night sky and what could cause light, etc.
Oh, I have an idea.
All right.
So we know that there's a rainbow involved. It's shrouded in mist, but framed by rainbows. So why don't we take torchlight and reflect it off of my sword and use that to try to generate a rainbow in some of these mists that are coming off the falls? I have to use the bathroom. We'll be right back.
I've got a better idea. So based off of Bull's strength and weaknesses, have you guys seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? Any of you?
Yep.
Okay, so you know that scene where Aang and Zuko are doing that trip together and they end up doing that circle dance of the dragon? That's what Bull's going to do, except for with like power lifter stances.
Classic.
I wish I knew what scene what you were talking about, because this sounds great.
Basically, it was a bonding episode between a villain and the good guy, and they end up doing a dragon dance, and it unlocks the way.
oh boy. I was going to try thinking about how much this place, like, that there's probably some weird magic hoity-toity stuff going on here. And see if I can tune into any currents of magic, so to speak, in this place.
Okay.
I guess actually what Bull would do is he would look for a door.
Nice. Okay.
Just see if he can see an archway or a doorway or something, rectangular or arched.
Are you guys going to split
Those
up?
two shapes.
Yup.
Okay. Emery. Are you or anyone else going to enlist the aid of Oliver, Chemo, or Wallaby?
I'm keeping Oliver with me.
Okay.
Poor guy.
I guess I will take Chemo with me. And I'll also try to hunt along the way.
Oh boy. Okay.
So basically I'll have Chemo have the eyes out, look and see if he notices anything out of the ordinary. And while we're walking around, I'm gonna see if I can find things like wild pig or anything that I can hack up.
Okay.
I'm not actually leaving the clearing near the boat. I'm going to like almost more sit and meditate and see if I feel anything strange here.
Okay. What about you, Wretch?
I will prey on it.
He's going to shove his fist in the hole.
Okay. Go ahead and roleplay for me what you're roleplaying. Sorry, what you're praying.
We need a rainbow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rainbows are
Oh,
pretty.
you think you can just pray a rainbow into existence?
I can ask.
That's a lot taller order than bringing people back from the dead.
It doesn't hurt to ask the goddess
I'm
of
back.
beauty to bring a rainbow forth.
So you had an idea ball that was apparently superior to mine.
Have you ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Of course I have.
Okay, well, you know that scene where Aang and Zuko do the circle dragon dance? That, except for Bull doing power lifter stances.
And that'll generate a rainbow?
It'll do something.
You know what? Alien Bull, our brawn, we can do it.
No, actually, I decided I'm going to go around with chemo.
So, I'm gonna have Wretch give me a channeling check. Emery, give me a witchcraft check.
So is the moon out? Is that a thing?
I'll get to this.
I got 1 success, 4 advantage. That's just been my fucking roll today.
Yikes.
6 and 1.
Okay. Emery, as you extend out your thoughts, something that you come across is that you touch creatures that you would almost assume were like a squirrel or something like that, and as you do, it comes off as something much different. And like almost alien to you. But as you scan, there are many normal creatures here too, way outnumbering these seemingly innocuous creatures that have more to them. And it kind of catches you off guard, and you're kind of a little bit more caught up on the entities that live here, and it takes you on a mental journey exploring this place, and you lose track of time. Meanwhile, Bull heads inland in order to find food. In which are you heading up, like up the waterfalls and trying to find like fish, or are you trying to head into the forest to find game?
I'm not looking. The main quest here is not finding food. I'm just keeping an eye out for food while we walk around,
Okay.
seeing if we can see this rainbow or a doorway or archway or something.
Okay. As you
So
ask,
we would be staying. So we would be in the tree lines, but we'd be staying close to the water.
Okay. As you ask Chemo to keep an eye out for a door, he kind of looks at you peculiarly, and then he goes, "To where? Could I ask you where this door might lead? I find it very strange that such a sapient construct would be found in a place of beauty and nature's wonders."
Well, it might not be a literal doorway, but it should stand out. It may be framed in rainbow.
Interesting. You see him kind of like rub his temples for a moment, and for a second there, you feel like your eyes adjust a bit. He's doing something, and then he stops and he kind of scrunches his face a little bit more and goes, "I will keep my eyes open," and continues off with you. Can you give me a? I'm gonna say, give me a investigation check.
Based off of my stats?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Ilya. Looking up at the night sky, it is full of wonder and many astral bodies, quite varied in size, shape, and demeanor. And amongst them are no small quantity of astral bodies that give off light. Could you roll me a d6?
Yes, indeed.
I rolled 2 and 2.
2 and 2? Okay.
6.
6. Okay. There are multiple sources of light coming through, but it's not like the moon where it's like big rays. It's but it's one of those things where you might be able to utilize some of the light from the Stellarium. If you guys can figure out how to bend it, so to speak, and apply your own agency to it, you might be able to use them. Wretch, reaching out to your god. You commune with her, the goddess of beauty, asking for a rainbow. And you kind of feel her presence reverberate a response, although it's not words. And it gives you this impression. I have granted you in this space with such beauty. Can you not see it? And
fair point.
it's the feeling that you get is that the rainbows exist. It's just shrouded in darkness. However, you feel like there are certain almost like lines of light that call to you from the Stellarium in this moment. If you concentrate and really try to hold your god's intent, you might be able to pick out specific ones and kind of discover the geometric beauty that they create. That being said, it may or may not require some mechanical manipulation in order to be able to get them to divulge their beauty in the direction that you guys need. So you guys all have components of this kind of thought through. As Bull and Chemo prowl about, one thing that they have discovered is that Bull, you're pretty sure that most of the lower territory of the Thunder Falls is too dark for really, even if it was daylight here, it probably would be very heavily obscured. You might need to get higher up. And
All right, so we will start making our way to the second tier then.
And so I was gonna say, and that symbolizes what you guys have done for today. Like that would have taken quite a while after you guys had a chance. So you guys can rest for the night and get on cycle together. I know 2 of you at least are probably pretty exhausted after looking around and thinking about this stuff. Ilya probably has a little bit more time in his belt if he wants to do anything else.
I need to refract the light from those celestial bodies. Do any of us have, say, glass of some kind?
I've got your sand in a jar.
You do!
One
Also
sand
got-
jar.
I have
Yeah.
some foreign baubles, some
It's a little
goggles,
pony figurine.
some science
Perfect.
and medical supplies, some glowing gemstones from the cataract tomb.
Cataracts.
Oh, that was early on in the campaign.
Yeah.
I know, but how does a tomb have cataracts?
No health insurance. We gotta use maybe something for medical supplies, like a lens of some kind. I don't know how advanced medical technology is.
So you guys are all talking about this sort of stuff. What you guys, and then can I have you guys all give me a either a vigilance perception or give me or investigation check.
Also, as you go to like reach for one of my medical supplies, I slap your hand. Don't touch it. It's mine.
I'm just asking.
So when you say you guys, do you mean everybody?
Everyone involved in the conversation.
Yeah. Sorry, you said what?
Well, I don't know if I'm there for it.
Yeah, I would say that you're probably gone. But you can give me a survival check.
Did you say vigilance? Or...
See if I find some food.
Yes, sir.
2 and 2?
Vigilance, perception, or investigation. 2 and 2?
On perception.
2 and 1 on perception.
2 and 1, 2 and 2? Okay, so you guys are all like looking around. Is there anything that can reflect light? And I got these gemstones. And then you hear Reg go, "What?" As you guys both look over at him, and he's got this gleaming breastplate as he's wearing plate armor.
Well, I'm looking specifically for a lens of some kind that can refract light. Because my sword, probably very shiny, maybe.
Your sword more likely gives off light than it does reflect light.
Oh, right. It's got some magic bullshit on it. I forgot.
Yeah,
For some reason I was imagining it.
It's not like a pure steel surface with all of the runes inscribed on it. And
2 and 2 for my survival check.
you find an area where the salmon are trying to get up the waterfalls, and they got stuck in a pool. There is an area, but it will take time to fish, and you did not take the opportunity on this day. But if you guys want, you guys can spend time fishing.
I will tell Wallaby about it when I get back.
Nice.
The other thing that you find as you and Emery are looking around is that the material in your guys' bucket that you guys use for repairing the ship is like plexiglass in essence, and it can actually form, like if you guys are going to try to like make a pane out of it, you guys could attempt, because it hardens on contact with water, so you might be able to try to make a surface out of it.
So Josh, I don't know if you've been hearing him correctly, but he is trying to find something that will refract light, not reflect light.
Yes. So the material that's in the bucket would potentially make a lens out of it, but it will require some pretty skilled hands in order to shape it by putting the wet material into the water, so that way it hardens, and then you would have to sculpt it.
I will try to do that.
Okay. This is going to be a mechanics check. So, but first, because that was what you guys did for the day, I'm going to have you guys consume rations, and you guys do half rations again, and then now I'm going to have you guys do your sleep check as well, your hunger check.
Willpower one?
Yes.
Discipline?
Discipline or cool.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
3.
4 and 3.
Yep, so that was everybody. We can move on.
Yeah?
Yep.
Didn't do good, huh?
You do good again.
Nothing but 2 advantage. I feel fine.
Bull, can you roll me a d4?
Two.
Emery. you're feeling these strange urges in this place. It might be good for you to get out and go hunting. Because, man, you just... something about death and, like, harming things. You just feel like you want visceral contact with something. Nothing escalates for you. But Bull, man, you watched as this large Dajong tried to make his way and keep up with you, and he's sweating, and you're just doing it with ease, and something about it makes you almost disgusted with creatures that are not as physically endowed as you. You have gained the trait cruel, and it is
Cruel?
cruel, and it is a threatening level. Threatening meaning the rest of the party would feel threatened by this condition, similar to Emery's impulsively. Does anything else happen as you guys rest? You guys talk about anything? Does anyone want to roleplay into any of their traits?
So, playing off of that cruel trait I just got, I am definitely going to start berating people, apparently, when I sit down to eat at night. Just talking about all their shortcomings throughout the day.
I imagine that you lean in on like some of Ilya's egotistical boasts. You just like undermine left and right.
And then you make the mistake of throwing like one backhanded comment at Ollie, and I like slam a fist into your rock hard chest and kind of hurt myself. Like,
He just laughs at you and makes more comments.
leave him alone.
And the next day,
And Wretch was over there like, why is everyone being so mean all of a sudden?
Yeah, everybody sucks all of a sudden.
yeah, he's feeling great.
We had a real bad experience down there.
Okay. On the following day, you guys sit at the foot of the Thunder Falls. What do you do?
So, being cruel again, first thing Bull does is walk up to Wallaby and be like, make yourself useful. I found a pond and I tell him where it is, full of fish. Go get us some fucking food.
Oh, I mean, sure, yeah, of course. Don't mind me. Fishing is a noble trade in some cultures.
Noble trade of people who want to fucking eat.
I need some meat!
We need to
And
move.
then I
We
guess-
can't be wasting our time with this. Come on.
And then, short of grabbing him and dragging him out of the camp by the trunk, I get Chemo up and moving and start heading towards the second tier.
Okay.
I think at this point we should all move with them. Like, it sounds like we need to go higher up. Like, we need to all go, so.
Okay.
Can you take...
What are you guys searching for at this point? Because Bull is looking for a door, like an entrance way, so to speak. Some of you have investigated a little bit about light out there, and Wretch himself has almost like a spidey sense right now. What specifically are you guys each pursuing?
I'm
I'm
very
gonna-
suspicious about the animals as we pass. You said some of them are different.
Mm-hmm. So you guys actually end up passing by the pool that Wallaby sits down to do some fishing in. I just wanted to call out. You have what commune with animals, right? Or no?
I'm fairly sure, but let me just triple check that.
Just out of curiosity, if you were suspicious of animals, I wasn't sure if that was.
Yes, I can commune with animals with a spell. I'm watching them. If I see one that's like being weird, I will try to talk to it. I'm
Okay.
just letting you know.
Wait, is that a trait you have?
Yeah.
It's a spell that I can cast.
No, I mean being suspicious of animals. Is that a trait?
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
No, but
Wretch, Ilya.
I'm gonna. I guess I need somebody who's a little smarter. Emery, did you already do a mechanics check to try to make a lens out of our patch material?
I was supposed to do that. Then I got restless and chased after these guys. Could I have done it in the morning before this or not?
That will take all day.
Let's see what we're dealing with up here. I'll take... Can I lug it with me?
You're gonna lug a bucket of your flop,
Goop.
and I would assume you'd need to get some tools together from the ship itself to be able to work it. Yeah, I mean it would be 4 encumbrance for material.
You gonna carry that up for me, or...?
I suppose I can, baby arms.
Did Dustin get girl too, or did I miss that one?
I'm just mad that she slapped me earlier.
Tensions
got a
are
high
high
bond,
now,
but-
okay.
I've got a low emotional defense stat.
Yeah.
Now, what is Wretch's response to all of this tension? Is he just playing along, like he doesn't notice it at all, or is he gonna be like cowering in the corner?
Well, they hadn't gotten to me just yet. But, yeah, I was going to be concerned.
Think I should be the one carrying around your slut? Who's the one doing all the violence around here? You don't look like Bull or Ilya to me. Not nearly handsome enough.
Think you're the only one who can get a little violent?
Why is everybody such a dick?
Oh, look at the little elf getting antsy. It's
You're like holding my head. Gotta get him.
How long has it been since I checked any of your guys' crits, huh?
few days.
Is anybody up for more critical injury healing?
Yeah, I've got one that's pretty severely reducing my strain.
I think that one you got tested on 3 days ago, though, so you'll be stuck with it for 4 more days.
Shot.
Now, are you saying you want to investigate our weird emotion things? Like, is that what you're saying, or?
No, I'm just offering services that might brighten the mood.
Oh, can you heal me? Because I'm
Sure.
wounded. Please and thank you.
You wouldn't be able to do more healing right now because you've done healing for your short rest and you haven't had a structured encounter since.
Okay.
So he's on nature's timeline right now with those.
Okay. Can I do a medicine check on him? Just because the main point is to try and do something nice. I have medicinal herbs.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me either a medicine check or an alchemy check if you want to brew up some cozy chamomile. Like, just give people a break, calm them down.
All right.
And that
I'm
would
gonna use a
consume your
story
medicine.
point, and the theme of the story point. I'm just upgrading the check. The theme of the story point is to try to pour a little bit of Dahlia's love in it, just like a little bit of good feel.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
I'm good with that.
All right. So I'm making some tea for everybody. Show me a triumph. Not bad, but not a triumph. 2 and 2.
2 and 2. With your cantrip class, of restoration, the tea gives everyone a reprieve of their hunger emotions today.
Oh, Rich, this is good.
This
nice.
is delicious.
So all
You're such a
of
valuable
the
member of the team.
all of the hunger related traits are nulled for the day. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Oh, that migraine I was feeling is all gone
Yay!
now.
I don't know why, you guys just seem a lot cooler than you did like 5 minutes ago. I love you guys.
Okay, I put a lot in the. I put a lot in the tea.
Okay. Is it safe to say we made it to the top area?
You're in the second tier of waterfalls. Kind of rummaging around, yeah. But I still
And now we're
know-
all like skipping.
Yeah, I still know that Bull is looking for a door. And you are looking for suspicious animals.
It's what I was doing as I was walking. Once we're up there, I want to make a little pet.
Give me a perception check real quick first. Or vigilance check.
Perception or vigilance, or which one? You saying it's an
Either's
or?
fine.
I wasn't
Yep.
sure if you were like saying like, you should do the other one instead. So, I'm gonna do perception, and it's a 2-2. It's a 2-2.
Okay. There is a silhouette of some quadruped up on the third tier, kind of reaching out, dipping its head down toward the water. You can make out roughly a silhouette, almost probably about the size of a deer.
Okay.
But its hind legs, the more you look at it, the more it looks like some biped that is down on its all fours with its head dipping toward the water.
Oh, do you guys see that up there? Is that a person?
I don't know what that is. It's a little suspicious.
Is not from here. And you, as Emo says this, the thing raises up a little bit into a crouched position, almost like he's sitting on his heels with his knees. And you see his hand, the thing's front limbs coil in, and it looks over towards you guys. And it's got, very similar to Bull, these horns that come out and then slightly up. And you see two yellow eyes as the thing slowly starts to rise on its two legs and turns and walks inland from where it was, away from the ledge, disappearing from sight.
What is
So,
that?
the hell? Huh?
That was weird.
Follow it.
Is that something that would come from the Grey Glade, Wallaby?
Wallaby's fishing.
Wallaby's not with us.
Okay.
I missed him already.
Well, the Elephant Man said it's not from here.
I would want to walk or ask Wallaby about it. I guess I would want to go back to him.
Okay.
Y'all can do whatever. I just.
Bull starts tracking it.
Okay, you're gonna have to make your way up there first.
Yep.
If you can give me a survival check to see if you can figure out a way up. That is relatively safe.
One triumph plus 2 success.
Okay. Yeah. If you are willing to climb and leave Chemo back, you can make a quick route there. However, or you can take a longer route, which will take several hours in order to make your way to where that thing was sitting.
I am not concerned with them being able to keep up with me. I'm just concerned on keeping up with it.
Okay. So you're gonna start scrambling up this path, this wet, slick, rocky outcrop. And with your roll, with your triumph, I'll say with your strength, that you managed to make it up to the top. Meanwhile, Emery has made it back towards Wallaby. What is everyone else doing?
I'll follow Emery over to Wallaby.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like a. Actually, I think I'm gonna go after. Wait, no, I have your slot to follow me.
You can pass that off to, like, Ollie, maybe, if that'd be okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, pass it off to Ollie and go after Bull.
Okay. Give me a coordination check as you attempt to make your way up toward where Bull went.
Wow. Triumph and 3 success, 3 advantage.
With your triumph, you manage to skitter up those rocks just fine. And you guys find yourselves on a stone kind of platform. It's a natural platform, but an area where the water is rushing off to the sides. And it seems to have a shallow dip towards the water, where it's not like if you were to slip, you'd fall instantly into the water and get rushed off the edge, so to speak. And then out in front, you see, off to the side, across one of the waterfall areas, you see a figure behind a couple of branches, staring out at you guys. He's probably 50 yards away.
He's fast.
So it's obvious that he's like hiding or nervous or something.
He's standing upright, and all you see are these bright yellow eyes. Whether or not he's
Right.
watching you, he's watching. The demeanor is hard to tell from here.
Is there any water between us and him?
Yes.
All right, I will walk towards him slowly, but with my hands visible, as close as I can get without entering the water.
Okay. As you start to approach, I'm going to cut back to the other group. You see Wallaby there. He's gathered 2 fish already.
All right. Wallaby, I haven't been myself lately, and I realized we probably should have been asking you more questions earlier, but we just saw this strange humanoid thing up on the top of the waterfall, and wasn't sure if that was the sort of thing that would come from the Grey Glade, or what's Chemo said that it wasn't something from here.
I looked upon it, and I knew it is not part of the Potentia.
Oh.
Not part of the Potentia? Wait a second. You mean like, not like it's not from the forest, but like it's not from...
There are rumors that the Grey Glade is somewhat of a porch, that it leads to places far outside of dwelling. Who knows what may pass? It is, in itself, while, let's say, a back door beyond through the Aegis, it is not without its own brand parameters that limit what come through. I imagine that anything that passes through the Grey Glade is not something you would be familiar, nor I. But doesn't necessarily mean it is inherently evil either.
I can understand that. I guess our two friends just ran after that one, so hopefully at least that one's friendly.
You walk forward, but you're not able to get very far without touching water. Probably 20 feet to the water's edge for you, so you're probably still 43 yards from this thing.
At which point, I am going to, let's see here. I will say this in primitive and then repeat myself in primordial. Just whatever I can come up with to communicate with this thing, and just say, we are trying to find the Grey Glade.
If you... Just so you know, we're trying to get a message to Leanne and Shay, just so you know her name for later. You don't have to say that, just... I know you weren't there when all that came about, so...
Looking over, something catches... Actually, can you and Ilya both give me a vigilance check?
Ruh-roh. One and one.
0 and 1.
Your comment stirs nothing.
How deep is the water?
Ironically. Looking into the water from here, something catches your eye. Maybe a bracelet sits 4 inches in the water on stone. It's metallic.
Has anybody seen Love, Death, and Robots? Oh,
Yeah,
son,
don't
my
touch
God.
it.
Got those
Everyone
vibes.
plug
Well-
your ears.
Well, before you guys said anything, I was already planning on touching it, so I kneel down slowly and carefully pluck it out of the water.
As you pluck it out of the water,
But how deep's the water? Do I notice that?
right there, it's 4 inches deep.
Okay.
But as you put your hand in to pluck it out of the water, you almost go shoulder deep before you grab it. And as you pull it towards you, the light seems to refract in this pool differently. In fact, as the light refracts off of the gold, it seems like there are many pieces of golden jewelry in the water itself. You pull it out of the water, and it seems to hum a bit. It reminds me of like when a sword is pulled from a scabbard in the movies. It almost pulls out and hums slightly. There's a touch of a film inside of the golden bracelet that peels up, that pops, so to speak, almost like a bubble.
We can use that to reflect light, can't we? I don't know if I'd be able to see that from standing.
Yeah, you'd be able to see it.
Oh, okay. So we might not be able to see the rainbow, but all of those pieces of jewelry are still reflecting light. So whatever frame that these pieces are forming could very well be the entrance the um, to the Great Glades. Because any water over here is probably going to be obscured by mist, unless this is the very top of the falls.
Is it? I think he's asking.
Oh, no, there's one more tier.
Okay. So yeah, that could be it, right? Ain't no puzzle master.
Do you say anything to Vol?
Yes, I'm shouting this.
He stops you because there's all these waterfalls going off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I, over my shoulder, I yell back to you, try and rouse the others.
I'm gonna rouse you, say. Stand closer to the edge, and shout down. I don't know how far away are they. I don't know how that path split off.
So as you look upon the bracelet, and Bull says, "Go warn the others," the keening hum almost seems to return. I need you guys to give me cool or discipline checks. Your choice, each.
Do you want to know which?
Uh,
Because they're
yes,
both the
please.
exact same roll for me.
Yes,
2 and
please.
1 for discipline.
Okay.
1 and 2.
4 and 1.
Just those two. Sorry, Reg.
Okay.
He just wanted to be included.
But we
It's
will
fine with
segue to
everybody.
you. Reg, what do you do with this newfound information from Emery Wallaby?
It's an alien! Should we worry about the two that went after it, or are they gonna be fine? What are we thinking here?
I suppose.
I'm talking
Sarah's
to Emery.
gone. Let's take a quick 5-minute break. I'm gonna refill my water. We've been playing for 2.5 hours, so we'll.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey. Dustin,
We're
you
dead,
back?
Emery. We died.
Ooh. Well,
Good.
bummer. So you panned back to us, you said? And Wallaby, you've never been here before?
No, most of my time spent in the cities. I try my best to stay out of the woodlands, but I mean, I do call Bracken Bastion home. Never really journeyed too much further south than that within the woodlands, except along the Whiteflow.
Fair enough. There's not an... And you know just as much as us that looking for a waterfall, or looking for the rainbow and the mists and all that.
I mean, I've had opportunities to sit here for a while. The thing is that most Fey entities enjoy a bit of symbolism. There is beauty in nature, logic within nature, but sometimes you can even find a purpose. There's an answer here somewhere, but it may take some time to listen, to study. Meanwhile, Dustin, you're back, right?
Yes.
Dustin and, Ilya and Bull, you both are overcome with this almost buzzing in your head from this musical note. And you look out and you see a figure, not the one that you saw before, but deep into the bank of this pool, heading away from the drop ledge. So heading further towards the up the waterfalls. There's this pool that you are on the cusp of, and deep into this pool there is a figure just in front of the waterfall, and they are dancing on top of the water. As you
Jesus!
two lose control of your guys' bodies and you blitz into the water. You spend all three of your actions running into the water, each taking 2 strain each, and you dive into the water as fast as you can, moving into the water. You immediately are suffocating because you did not take any opportunity to prepare by taking a breath.
Is this bad? Wait, I didn't touch the bracelet though, did I?
No, but you failed the wisdom check from the note that resonated from it when it was pulled out of the water.
The wisdom check?
The discipline or cool check.
Whack! Rough. Very rough.
Ilya.
This is not good. I want to get out of the water.
We'll see what happens. What's the rest of the party?
Oh, that did not go the way it was supposed to.
That was loud.
I like your funny words, Sarah.
I was trying to send a picture.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
posting in the group chat.
I've seen the thing.
Yeah, okay.
I have an idea of what I'm about to look at.
Oh, wow. That is a very long.
Oh, what
Holy
is
crap,
that?
text?
Yeah, I was trying to do the picture from the...
True horror reading.
Yeah. It did not come across right. So.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read that right now.
Drop it into the Discord. I'm not sure what the hell I'm looking at. Data image JPEG?
It was supposed to be, but it just looks like a lot of text on my end.
Yeah, so.
It messed up.
Anyways.
What did you send us a picture of?
Oh, it's
There we go.
That's what I was trying to...
Love, Death, and Robots Yabaro.
That is what you see.
Huh.
Dancing on top of the water. Okay. Since Emery and Wretch seem to be a little preoccupied.
I thought it was their... I
thought that
thought you
was
were
happening
doing
to Bull.
them.
No, I asked you guys what you were doing. Sorry.
I thought you were asking them because they walked
I
into the
also
water.
thought that.
I had no idea it was us.
No, I'm segueing
Okay.
back to you guys, and then I'll.
Okay,
get
so
done.
we're not seeing the crazy dancing thing.
Not at all.
Now, I'd asked Emery, but she wasn't present. I was like, should we worry about those guys? Should we go do something about that?
I think we should all follow after them at this point. I agreed.
All right, let's go.
I don't think we can go the same way they went, though. Like, is there an easier way up that wouldn't require so much upper body strength?
Like the two of them literally just grabbed the cliff and whoop, and they were up.
We'll find a route that will take a few extra hours, but yeah.
Extra hours?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't hold my breath that long, guys.
Otherwise, is there a way that, like, I have climbing gear.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a spot?
They climbed. Yeah.
Ow!
No, I meant it in a nice way. I meant, yes, there's a spot that you could use the climbing gear. I apologize if that gets any snarky.
It did. Yeah, if I can set up the climbing gear in a way that it's not just me who gets to use it. I don't know if it's like a belt that it's just to me, or if there's a way I can set it up so there's...
Yeah, there's like anchor points that you could do, and if you anchored up at the top, once you got to the top, anyone could use to go up and down. It's just like tying off a rope.
Well, I have this. I don't know if maybe somebody who's better at this... Is anyone here better at this sort of thing?
I have a brawn of 3.
I'm sorry, but I'm a bit too big to be climbing on ropes. All of you, yeah, sure, I can handle it. I'm a bit wiry, afraid.
Either you or Wallaby, doesn't matter. I'll just hold it out.
Wallaby can try.
He shoulders the climbing gear and starts walking his way. He stops for a moment, looks at you guys. I have no idea where I'm going.
Just up. We need
Kind
to
of looks up. Ah, Emery, that is a waterfall.
Yeah?
see about the sass that you were giving me when I was like, if there's a spot that we could find that we could use climbing gear to go up, and you gave me sass.
I gave you sass because Bull found one. He might have pointed it out to you guys, but Wallaby was nowhere around. That's all. You can take him to a spot. So I'm assuming that's what you guys are doing.
Yes.
Meanwhile, at the start of your turn, both of you boys need to both take 2 strain as you are drowning, and you can test again to see if you are under this hypnotic spell.
What are we testing? The discipline again, or
Discipline
whatever?
cool.
Wisdom.
Yep. It sounds like you're both doing discipline, so let's keep it with
It
that.
sounds to me like both of those tests are the same for me.
Yeah.
I don't know what that thing is allergic to, but I'm gonna stab the shit out of it.
God damn it! Would you stop stabbing things?
What's his answer to
3.
everything?
Mhm.
Let's do a book
Got it.
today.
1 and 1. Why can't you just be a normal person and tackle everything?
3.
So, Bull, you are going to continue to paddle as deep into this pool as you can. Take 2 extra strain as you flail your limbs back and forth underneath the water. But, Ilya, you manage to just barely come to for a moment in this pool of water. What do you do?
I want to swim up to the top
Okay.
fast as I can.
Okay.
Oh, you're not gonna save your buddy?
You, there's a whole lot of bull that's doing a lot of flailing, and until you stop, I'm just going to hurt myself trying to save you.
You're able.
Ain't that strong?
You're able to spend. If you spend 2 maneuvers, sorry, if you spend 1 maneuver, you can get to the surface because of how quick you are.
Yes.
Coming up out of the water, you're able to take a breath, and you look out and you see this lady dancing on this one in the roaring torrent of the waterfalls.
Oh goodness. I'm gonna yell. I don't know how you reason with something like this, but I don't know what the hell that is. So Bull dropped the bracelet, right?
Bull, roll me a d4.
I don't know if we heard any of that, Josh.
I didn't hear that.
Bull, just roll me a d4 or a d6.
Well, do you want a 4 or a 6? That's 2 completely different dice.
Roll me d6.
Okay.
Symbolizing
God
a
damn it, I'll
50-50
find
shot.
the
here.
D6. D6. Okay. Two.
2. He still has it. Clenched tight in his hand.
Shut. So I'm going to idea. So is this thing up close to the back of a waterfall? Is it close to stone?
It's close to the waterfall itself. So it's close to just the sheet of water, not like the whatever's behind the sheet of water, so to speak. But this pool is fairly large. With it's probably like the size of an ice skating ring.
Okay. My inventory. Shit. Okay, I'm going to. So I'm pretty much in the middle of this pool, right? Because I jumped down and.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. I'm gonna tear off some pieces of cloth for my clothing and stuff them in my ears, and then
Okay. What I'm gonna say is give me a mechanics check or a survival check for that, and that will be an action to try to do.
Two and one.
Okay, take 1 strain, but you do manage to do this. It seems to dampen the noise, but it definitely you can still hear it coming through. It'll make the check easier. So you've done 2 things so far this turn. Would you like to spend 2 strain to do a third?
See if I can work that. No, I don't think I will.
Okay. Back to Wretch and the crew. You guys are jaunting back at this point, but you haven't quite made it to the rocky outcrop. Is there anything you guys want to talk about in general on the way over there? Otherwise, I'm just going to put on back to these two who are, in a predicament.
I don't have anything honestly to add.
Okay. Then it is Bull, take 2 strain, and both of you give me a discipline or cool check. This will be slightly easier for you, Ilya. You know what?
All right.
Ilya, add 2 boost dice. That's what I'll do.
I'm going to spend a story point to upgrade my check.
Okay.
3 and 3.
If I decide to re-roll my dice, Josh, can I decide that after you tell me the results, or do I have to decide that before you tell me the results?
For your horseshoe?
Yeah.
Before.
Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I'm probably not gonna be able to do much better than that.
2 and 0.
You both.
I did not re-roll.
You both are able to hold on to your consciousness, if barely. What do you do?
Right. I instantly swim for the surface.
Okay. Yeah, you make it.
And once I break the surface, I'm guessing this isn't some kind of magical water where now I'm at the surface, it's shallow. I'm guessing it's still deep.
Yep.
I didn't hear a response.
It's deep.
How was that? Has my turn so far only been 1 maneuver, or has it been more than that?
You're good with 1 maneuver. Actually, what's your speed? What's your agility?
2.
2? That would be 2 maneuvers to get to the top.
All right. So I guess when I get there, I will. Is this character scarable?
It would require an action for you to be able to evaluate them and see if you can figure that out.
No, I just mean, like, is it... If they engage with me, are they going to be subject to the fearsome trait?
You can certainly try.
Well, after I get to the surface, I guess I'm just gonna straddle that spot and catch my breath.
Okay. Ilya?
I'm gonna yell to Bull to drop the bracelet. I don't know if he's still holding that. And
Do you drop it, Bull?
I'll drop it as long as it's an incidental.
Yep.
All right, I let go of it.
Okay.
And it should be in the water because my hands would have been in the water.
Yep.
did that do anything?
He drops the bracelet into the water. And there's like, in the time it takes for you guys to like process, like, because something like that, you're like, come on, it's a watch clock sort of situation. It seems like there's like this white noise or pregnant pause, and then suddenly you guys are both in shallow water on stone once. and the lady seems to be gone. And there is gold, trinkets and baubles littering the shallow water just out of reach. As you guys sit
Yeah, let's not touch that.
propped back a little bit.
Bull
Meanwhile,
sees all this gold and starts swimming down for it.
You piece of shit.
Take a few more tries to really figure it out.
meanwhile,
The first time might have just been a coincidence.
as you guys take a chance to take a breath, eventually you guys see like a grappling hook chink on top, and you see Wallaby like getting up to the top of the cliff, and you hear him go, "Okay," down below. He goes, there you guys are. Oh,
Don't
gold.
touch any of the gold.
Yeah. I have a feeling it didn't just get here on its own, huh? Anyways, hey, Bo, you're strong. Why don't you come over here and help me lug these guys up?
As I'm still kind of like hunched over, just going, trying to catch my breath, old man. After which I will, yeah.
In due time, you
Help
guys
him.
all manage to get up to this side of this next pool. And that's about the same time that Wretch, that your spidey senses kind of start tingling a little bit.
I think it should be his gerbil senses.
Yeah. His rodent senses.
Yeah.
I'm a rat, not a gerbil. Alright, I mean, so do I get up top and see a crazy dancing lady, or do I see nothing?
Looking around, give me either an investigation check or a vigilance check.
Alright, vigilance it is. 1 triumph, 2 success, 1 advantage.
Based off of your current communion with your god, you can kind of tell, and this isn't your this isn't your wheelhouse, but you can kind of tell that there's some sort of illusory thing going on with this place, and you can see valuable materials in the water. But what draws your eye is the fact that there's almost a reflection off of the surface in general, or a refraction. This whole place almost lights up in that beauty.
Huh. That might be helpful for the rainbow thingy. I did say that out loud for whoever is nearby.
Yeah, just don't touch it. It's a really bad time.
Okay. I'll just not question that.
So it's obscured by mist, which is from the waterfalls, and it's framed in a rainbow. So it should be, if we shine light on this stuff, it'll pinpoint the location.
Look, my
I'm wondering if there's anything behind this waterfall.
Go ahead and go look.
Yeah.
Come on, don't be scared.
But nothing bad has ever happened to us in the water. Everything's fine.
I picked up the gold thingy without even questioning it.
So the lightning effect of my sword was pretty well diffused in water, right? It was like a 10-foot radius.
Yeah, and there has to be some manner of intent there. It's not like if you get wet, the thing is just gonna go off. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I'm just
That
because
and technically electricity doesn't move through fresh water as well as it would salt water.
Correct. It goes through
Right, but
particulate
it's still
matter,
it's
not
the
water.
impurities in the water that's conducting electricity.
Hmm. Which is definitely something Ilias.
Yeah.
Studies physics in his off time. Wait, I can choose another elemental affinity, can I? Since I've had long
Once a
rest.
day, but I considered this to be your choice this day. So you can
Okay.
pick it at the start of the day. You can't just like pick it right in the middle of the day. It's during your long rest.
Okay. Can I pick that it is frost?
If you would like to spend an hour.
Oh, right. I have to pray. I have to pray to Azralan. That's a time we don't really have. Yeah, gang, I'm gonna go investigate it. Does anybody have rope?
We just used the grappling hook thing, but I. Is that
We used up
consumed?
our rope getting up the hurricane.
No, but
As
it
odd
is,
as that
I
sounds.
did.
the climbing gear is in place, so like you need to salvage it in order to be able to not have it be consumed.
At this moment, I got up to the top, and once everyone's there, I'm just trying to pick back up what I can.
Okay. Yeah, you can salvage half of your climbing kit.
Yeah.
Because half of it is still like stuck in the wall down, like the trail down, so to speak.
That means it's now only half an encumbrance.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask you to tie one end around my waist and the other end run bowl, because I have a feeling shit's gonna get weird, and it's fast flowing water. So I'm going to, once we have that said, I'm going to swim out to the waterfall to investigate.
Okay. Heading out, you get about waist deep in the water before you guys collectively see several, probably 5 comets sailing through the air.
Comets?
Comets. Yep, just along through the Stellarium. Nothing to do with what you're doing.
First time.
And the pool stays waist deep all the way to the waterfall. Do you go behind it?
I'm gonna poke my sword through and see if I touch a rock or something behind that waterfall.
Yeah, you poke your sword through and leaning in, you get about elbow deep before you hit a back behind the waterfall. It's not a huge one by any means.
Okay, I'm gonna start feeling around there
Okay.
just to see if I can feel like a sizable crease or any lettering engraved or
Give me a
some such
perception
nonsense.
check or an investigation check, but tell me which one you do.
I'm gonna do investigation.
Okay.
1 and 3.
Feels like rocks. Lichen.
Mm.
What does the rest of the group do?
Well, I'm apparently tied off to him, so I'm kind of following him around.
How about you, Rich?
I don't know. Is there any way I can help Ilya with his schemes?
You tell me.
You could try to come investigate.
With your
I
spidey
will come
senses?
investigate.
Okay. Yeah, you.
Wait, you gotta be like on both shoulders or something, because it's way steep for me.
I'll swim.
Yeah, you. You pedal paddle out there in your plate mail. Go ahead and give me as you're looking around. I won't make you give me an athletics check, but I will make your investigation hampered by adding a setback die. Do you want to give me an investigation check as well?
Sure.
Okay.
That is 2 greens. All right, I am moral support 03.
Yeah, you're splashing around and you're like, I don't feel anything.
From way back where I am, I'm gonna be staying like further back and trying to look at the big picture
Okay.
to see if something like starts to align for me. It's like just like assess the scene, you know, be like, okay, what makes the most sense in this to be, you know.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
Yeah. 1 and 4.
Looking around, you see all of the refraction in this pool, and you see all of the beauty within it. Then you look up and out and around, and as wizened you are about the tales of people, especially the childhood stories that you used to hear growing up as a Woolen, the things that made you interested in going to Broughton and interacting with people from far off places, an old tale comes to mind. That of leprechauns.
Mm-hmm.
How they would store their gold at the ends of the rainbows.
Oh, you guys, I just thought of something. Okay, leprechauns, gold, like the rainbows. Okay, do these look like? Do I see like 2 distinct piles of gold? Or is it all?
It seems like it is a pile, essentially. You have found one of the posts or the framed corners of the massive arch, judging by the size of this pool.
Okay, so this is one end, and then so the doorway's either on the left or it's on the right. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
It could be behind or in front. It could be going 4 different directions.
Yep, but that's not helpful. That's... You're right, though.
Points for teamwork.
Actually, it is helpful. Dang it. Okay, can I just try to look to see, like, which way would be potentially more likely? Like, are we in the middle of the waterfalls at the moment, or are we off to one side or the other, you know?
Sure. With there being woods to the left, and you guys kind of parked off to the right, I'm going to go ahead and say that your best bet is to the left, based off of your previous roll.
Okay, so we need to go further to the left then, boys.
Which is the direction of the golden-eyed figure who has since disappeared.
All right. Seems safe.
Walking along, you guys set off again. And it's probably midday now.
Ilya, are you still on a leash?
No. I
I
think we
think
can
that's
undo the leash
cute.
for now. Just wasn't sure what kind of waters we'd be dealing with.
I think it's a nice team building exercise.
Just a physical reminder of the bond that Bull and Ilya have developed as very violent men.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, so you guys are trudging through the woods here. It's a small patch set here inside the waterfalls. Some strange jungle-like shrubs and whatnot that have managed to find purchase here. Coming out on the other end, you find another pool. This one deep with moving water. Specifically 3 streams coming off of it, continuing down and off, forming waterfalls down into the basin below. And one much larger waterfall from the one that you saw just earlier, feeding it. This pool is maybe 50 feet across, and in it there is a large boulder.
But is there any gold?
Walking to the edge, looking down, you see no gold.
Well, and that's the thing, right? We found one side of the doorway. We don't need to find the other side of the doorway so much as we need to find, like, in. Right?
Looking up and around, you see rainbow-like glistening lights above.
We did it!
Well, I'll obey.
I didn't hear that, Josh.
Oh, Wallaby's just impressed.
Solve the riddle!
But now we have to figure out how to open the door.
Knock, knock!
Is anybody know friend in Woolund?
Well, yeah, I'm Woolund.
Do you speak?
It is jackass.
Does anyone speak profane?
No. I don't know that was one of the options, was it?
Abyssal.
No
Speak
primordial
in
and
profanity.
I do speak profane.
Hey!
I do.
Open the fucking door!
That is not the way I would speak, especially after I had a nice, happy tea this morning, and I'm feeling much more myself. Knock,
Please
knock.
open the fucking door.
Can we come in? I say out to the ether.
Give me a charm check.
Sure.
Are you charming the ether?
I am saying knock, knock. Let
Are
me
you doing
in
bard
to some,
stuff right now?
to some fairies. Charm. Hey, I have a rank in charm. Did anybody know that? I sure didn't.
I didn't.
For advantage.
Okay.
You're a terrible bard.
Yes. Yes, I am. You said
And I said, okay.
Oh, I was, waiting for
Yeah, I didn't hear anything either.
No, not with that roll.
The party is swallowed into the abyss. It's taking great offense.
Can we come in? Do you guys think we should just go in or
I mean, yeah, we came all this way. Might as well.
Do we see just a big ass boulder and a pool of water?
It's a boulder and a pool of water with a waterfall that you cannot necessarily make much behind. It is a rather prominent waterfall. There are 3 rivers heading out of the pool, heading off of the cliff. So there's little, like, 20-foot spanses of clearings between the rivers.
You want to check behind that waterfall, Ilya?
And there's, like, shrubbery in the area. But
Shrubbery.
Shrubbery.
how fast flowing is the water?
it's pretty quick. I wouldn't say it was, like, anything close to the Corkeo Porpoise stuff, but, I mean, if you were to sit in the water, it would pull you off of the cliff in 30 seconds.
Okay. I got a better idea. Instead of wading out in the water, maybe try throwing a rock really hard through the water. And if we see it come out, we know that there's a solid rock there.
If you give me a second, I can send a little friend.
Let's do that.
I make a little otter.
Okay.
And I reached for it thinking I'm going to be throwing it at the waterfall.
Oh, God.
All
Is it
right.
easy check or simple check?
Average check to summon a little critter.
Okay. 2 threat.
Enough success.
Okay.
Do you need to know exact?
No.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I make a cute little otter.
Okay.
He's ready to go swimming. And he deftly dodges Bull's attempt to toss him and slinks into the water
Okay.
and starts swimming.
Yeah. So he's jetting on up into the.
I hate
water.
to say, but that's going to be an athletics versus check, which I have a boost since it's an animal and my size.
Aww. Poor little boy.
It can be. This would be coordination. So he jumps into the water and swims up ahead. Did you give him any or what command did you give him?
Go through the waterfall and see if there's a way through or just a wall, and then come back.
If you can come back.
If you can't come back. If you can't come back, that's not a good thing. Let's not think about that.
Okay. So he jumps into the water and swims ahead. And there's such I need the premium assets. Darn it.
Oh no.
Well, even let me pull
You're-
these in.
Austin, you're slowly
Austin,
turning
I love
nighttime again.
Oh, must be as the sun's setting.
Okay. He jumps into the water and swims ahead. At which point, can you guys give me perception checks?
Everybody?
Yeah.
Hey, I have a point in that now.
1 and 2.
1.
1 and 1, 1 and 2.
3 and 2.
2 and 0.
Bull and Ilya. You guys see the rock, the large boulder, shift. Almost like it's like rotating. Like maybe the water pushed it.
Hey, we're gonna have to fight a boulder, dude.
What?
Cramming for the Onyx.
As you start to panic, the otter pops back out of the water next to you and walks up to you and like kind of clip-clops around and like does a little turn and like feeds underneath your feet and like rubs up against you.
Was there anything on the other side, buddy?
Yeah, he's excitedly indicating me that was successful with this job.
Okay, so it sounds like we can go through that way, guys.
Let's go.
We better do it quick before that boulder attacks us. That's what Bull actually says too.
Boulder?
I can kill an onyx. I can kill a boulder.
I take a look at the boulder.
Yeah.
Now I'm worried.
As both start to head towards the water, the otter pulls on your pant leg. Like backwards.
What, buddy?
Pulls on it more. And with that, the
Oh, it's a turtle.
boulder bobs upward, and you see a mouth kind of come up out of the water before it takes a breath and bobs back down.
So he's sitting on the hole?
What?
Hold on a second. He's sitting in the middle of the pool, right? Did you send your otter past the waterfall to see if there was a way through?
He said there was a way through.
So
One second. Hello? I see you there! In his language again. Profane again.
In profane,
Yeah.
you hear, I'm not sure you do. And from the bush next to you pops out that figure from earlier. And who here's in Pan's Labyrinth?
I've seen Pan's Labyrinth.
Okay. A strange satyr-like creature pops out, except he's got alien eyes and almost like an opalescence to his skin. And he is naked. Like, he doesn't have hair at all. But he's got hooves. And almost like one of those noses that's like somewhere between like Voldemort and Michael Jackson.
And it is apparently a he.
Yeah.
So take that for what it's worth.
I mean, he's naked.
Yeah. There's two.
Two penises?
Guys?
Two
Or...
penises. And he's got
One with a
bright
happy
yellow
face,
eyes.
one with a frowny face. One penis is always soft, and the other's always hard.
Oh boy. He's thought way too hard about that. Hi?
You seem surprised for one who had seen me.
I was actually talking to, him, and I just, like, am awkwardly pointing at the turtle.
Oh, he doesn't speak proper, but he knows the love of life. Common language is amongst all kin, for sure.
Right. We were hoping to, talk to Leanne and Shay, and I kind of, like, gesture to, like, Wallaby, like...
Oh, yeah, if you need me to interject. Excuse me, wondrous being, we mean no harm. Pleasantries. You seem to be interested in something I might know, that is for sure. Especially knowing Leanne Shay to be a creature of what you call the Greyglade. Greyglade. Yes, as a matter of fact. We mean no harm or by any means, and we're just passing through. Did you ever think, old man, that maybe what would pass for harm amongst your kind is not simply the same for those who live as denizens of the Greyglade? In fact, your mere presence and the presence of your steels could be quite painful for some.
Our steels?
Wallaby looks over at you and goes, yes, I can see where the presence of certain materials may be less comfortable for some as to others. For instance, our friend Ilya over there has a sword that could conduct electricity. In certain environments, it's not pleasant. I'll definitely give you that. Tell you what, we would like to be as welcomed as possible at this threshold. Is there anything that maybe you could give us tips to be more welcomed and what I assume to be some place that you are familiar with, this Greyglade? I can give tips, but giving is never worth. Giving alone is never worth it. Wouldn't you agree? Gesturing towards the rest, looking at the rest of you guys.
Side question: is this a sort of creature that looks familiar at all to me, or is it something alien?
Yeah, no. From your look before, this dude definitely looks alien. Not necessarily something you're familiar with. That being said, like, you're comfortable with the uncomfortable because you've seen a lot of things that there's no name for up in the sky.
Okay, fair enough.
And that's why there's the laws of chivalry.
Yep. Okay. What was the last thing you said?
Basically, Wallaby was wondering if there was anything that you guys could do to be less intrusive if you were to go to the Greyglade. And he said, yeah, but why would I tell you that without getting anything in return?
What do you want in return?
He doesn't have any pockets. What could we possibly give him?
A pocket.
The pocket would be very useful, I'm sure. I could make a pocket.
Well, Ilya also doesn't have pockets.
I do. I have clothes.
As a matter of fact, you see my size. I would take your trousers.
You are not taking my pants. That is not happening. My friend here can make you some pants, but you're not taking my clothing. Pervert.
Elliot, you don't need to be rude. I mean, look at it. He looks like he could use some pants.
Make him some pants. I need pants.
Yeah, look at him. He's blue. He's always cold. He needs his pants.
Then Emery can make him some pants.
No, I'm talking about you, Ilya.
Yeah, I need clothes.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
I don't know. You're used to much colder temperatures than this. If anything, you should be running around here in shorts with this blistering heat. Sure you can handle it down south? Do you really want a pair of pants? I could probably figure it out.
There certainly is no pants from where I come from, and these pants seem to be of the latest fashion that have not been formed. That being said, an infant of any kind would do as well.
Pants sound good! Pants sound great! Let's get you some pants.
Oh, he said an infant of any kind. We could find, a fish.
Nope, this is better for everyone. Can I try to make him some pants?
So you can try to make him some pants out of anything of equivalent material. So you can use a tent and try to convert a tent. You can convert a backpack or a cloak. but you will need to consume something that you guys actually have in order to try to make pants.
A really big leaf.
And you don't have a tailor's kit, I'm assuming.
No. Wow, I'm like just ready to read you my whole inventory list, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I don't have too much that's kind of softer material like that. So I have some book. So
And Bull doesn't even have pants. He's just got like a loincloth, basically.
Does anybody have any spare outfits?
No.
All of
Well-
my stuff got obliterated by a really big rock. That's why I'm so protective of what I do have now.
That's fine. I have a survivor's toolkit. I have a bedroll. I'll use that.
Wait, hold on. Wallaby.
Quit jonesing Wallaby for supplies.
Elephant Man.
He has fucking nothing.
I have a bedroll.
You want to ask the guy who's newly resurrected for his stuff?
Hey, sorry, Ollie, but we're gonna need your clothes.
you start shearing his fur. Okay, go ahead and yeah, this will take you probably a day to do.
To make one pair of pants.
Yes, to make a pair of pants.
Does it help if I have a quill that could kind of help me with sewing?
You're more than likely going to use the fish hook from the survivor's kit.
Fine. Well, I'm going to make some pants.
Depending on how successful you are, it might how much advantage you have. You can probably make it quicker.
No. They should be done well.
So those are the only two options that we have to give you: is either a child or a pair of pants. There's nothing else we could give you.
I myself without need. However, I'm open to suggestions.
I've got this jar of sand.
I need that. There are pieces of me in that.
You see him raise his nose up. Oh, that is nice. Oh, for that, I would take you past the Guardian himself. Maybe even escort you.
I have a quick
My jar of dirt.
Literally pieces of me in that.
What about reading materials? Do you fancy a good read? I have this journal. It's written in blood.
Journal. What?
And these two little books. And you see one that is smut and one that is like a kid's adventure tale. So it's a wide array.
Wait, hold on. I know somebody else that is very interested in these. I could give you a flint and steel.
Nah. Get that.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't like steel.
Yeah.
I will take the reeds, but on one condition. Before you go to the Grey Glade, you read me 3 of these flaps backwards, one from each of these wood chunks.
Oh, sure. Sounds great. Love to spend more time with you.
It is a deal. I will give you proprietary lessons. You will teach me of these reeds.
Is Josh super quiet for anybody else?
He gets quiet every once in a while, yeah. But I'm
My
listening to
bad.
him over Sarah's mic.
That voice is pretty low and grovelly, too.
Yeah, I think it's the voice.
Okay. I'm assuming you take the time then to read him backwards from each of these stories.
Yeah.
And he seems to enjoy himself, and he's got a little. I would say it's a little goat tail, but it's also hairless. It's kind of wagging
Just a nub?
excitedly, just a little nub. And it has been many a time since I heard the tales of these strange mating rituals and dying rituals and rituals of progress at which you have spoken of. I will relish these books. Thank you.
I'm a little sad to part with them, but I haven't had too much time for reading lately, so seems like we're putting them in good hands.
Now, if you were to journey into the Grey Glade, it would be most prudent for you to leave all of your metals behind.
Right.
I think that would include the spooky sand, right?
That's not a metal.
There's
Don't
golden
mention it being a metal. Now, when he says metal, is he talking about like ferrous metals, so like iron and steel?
Yeah.
Or is he talking like
He's talking
all things that are metallic?
metallic. Yeah.
So gold and silver too?
Yep.
Okay.
I will stay here and I will read this block of wood. I can squat near these metals, but not too close, for they do pain me. I would also suggest that you consider your fires. Fire can be an insult to many, and also a temptress to others of my kind. Best you steer away from it.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Is this sounded like a different entity than the one with the whole gold thing, or is it the same?
Correct. It is a different entity. It is the
Okay.
one that you guys saw sipping from the waterfall that then ran off into the woods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Just wanted to make sure.
And lastly, I would suggest you steer clear of names. Names are dangerous. Lianenshe is a fine enough name to speak, for it is truly a title. But be careful with your names. You should know this, though. It is like telling a toddler to crawl.
Right, yep. Don't introduce yourself with your name. Everybody got that?
Does bull count as a name?
It's not your actual name, though, is it?
No.
Exactly. I am Sword. Destroyer of
Sword
things that end
man.
with sword.
And, in conclusion, be generous with your bounty, both your musics and your foods, but do not take from others, unless you have exchanged binding words, unscrupulous in nature. That is a game to be played.
What do you mean
Okay,
by
so
that?
don't use any names. If somebody asks for something, give it to them, but don't ever ask for anything.
Okay. Sure, I mean, we're not gonna, take anything from people, but... Now, to fair trade like this, yeah? Yeah.
I like it well.
Me too.
Well, I hope to see you guys again. Maybe you'll come back this way.
It was very nice meeting you. You seem very nice and friendly. Thank you.
So now it
Great.
seems like
He grins and
Cool.
then opens the first book and crawls inside of it. And the book
No.
shuts and drops to the ground.
Some book, huh?
You guys saw that, right? It wasn't some of the mushrooms I ate earlier.
Nope, that was weird.
It's
That was
in the
all.
child's book.
Just disconcerting.
So this is a great time to inform everybody that my great axe is actually made out of obsidian.
Right.
Also, I can return my sword in an event of serious shit happening, I guess.
Does that count across dimensions?
I mean, if I understand it correctly, it can just come back. So, if we're in the Grey Glades and some kooky shit goes down and we end up washing up on some mysterious shores, I might see my god killer next to me. Who knows?
Nice feature
I'm sure-
to have in a weapon that's been invested in so heavily.
Cha.
Yeah, I mean, weapon's not any good if we get eaten by demons, because it's a rude thing to keep around.
There. So I
So
see
he,
absolutely nothing suspicious about this, and I start just taking off everything that's silver, setting it in a bush.
Nice.
Can I
Gotta make
spend a story
rainbows.
point to say that my axe is not metallic?
Nope.
Even if I come up with an alternative material that it would be story derivative?
If you do,
Like a really big scale or something?
most of that will be primitive and will be very destructible over time. And we've already had RP where the weapon was working in situations that only metal weapons would work.
Damn it.
So unless
So he was-
mentioned otherwise, basic goods like leather armor is made from leather. Swords and axes are made from metal, steel.
I have a staff.
Well, you guys go on ahead. I'll stay here and watch her stuff.
I have a staff. I have a hammer. But I think the hammer was for
hammer?
smashing metal and like rocks.
Hammer would be made of metal.
So, that's gonna have to stay. Staff, I'm assuming, is wood. So,
Your staff.
Otherwise,
is
the
like
only
rubber.
thing Otherwise, the only things I have that are metal would be my axe and a flint and steel.
Yep. And money.
I don't have any money. I don't know what you're talking about.
Today.
Mine is in the other world.
What?
Well, pretty much all of my stuff got annihilated. I have my shield and soft
Oh yeah,
wood.
so you're broke now too.
Yep. Flat.
Or
fucking broke.
is your money just squished?
I'm gonna assume because
I mean,
everything
it's-
else got destroyed. Anything not soft was destroyed by that boulder. So I'm assuming any coins would be turned to Skittles.
Do you still have record of how much money you had?
Yes.
You can have that. That's fine. It was more like your like the things that could break broke. So
Okay.
all potions and like your kits, usually kits of stuff would break. Medicine and stuff like that would just get beat to shit, right?
Things
Okay.
in bottles.
Yeah.
But back to his point, gold is still worth gold, no matter what shape it's in.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I just assumed because I got turned into a pink mist that. Anyways, yeah.
Yep.
It's been decided.
I'm cutting you some slack here.
Thanks, bud.
But now that just means you have to take it back out of your pocket anyway.
getting you some slack because I'm about to take it again.
Feels better.
Well,
when I give it
like
than
I
take it.
said, I can. If it's like a life or death situation, I'm not going to care about pleasantries. I'm going to recall my sword from some great magical distance.
I think this guy seemed really nice. I'm sure our stuff will be here when he gets back.
I don't know. He wanted to take my pants off.
Yeah, normally that's more of like it's also like a friendly thing. Maybe a more than friendly thing.
Well,
which I'm just not ready for. That's not where my heart is right now. Yeah, I don't. He is uncomfortable around steel. So I'm assuming that the abyssal creatures are weak to steel in some way, which bodes well. So I'm gonna comply. I don't know. Is the like armor typically like my shield? Would that be considered steel?
I believe you have a wooden shield, but Wretch's plate armor, and if you have chainmail, all of that would be steel.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna keep my shield with me because I can bonk with that. I'm pretty sure that's wooden because it's not
Yeah.
specified as like an iron shield or anything. But leave my sword behind very begrudgingly.
Hopefully we're not fighting anything anyway in here, if it makes you feel any better. We're just, like, emissaries. We're just, like, delivering some information and asking some questions, right? And that always goes
All right.
fine for
So
us.
this is what Bull will do. He will leave his axe in the pile with everybody else's stuff and the flint and steel. But as soon as he does that, he's going to turn around and start looking through the trees for a really big branch.
Yeah, you can find an improvised melee heavy weapon quickly enough, and it'll do +2 damage.
I like it.
Meanwhile, the giant turtle snaps a floating branch that's like a log that's like floating past him and rips it in half.
Damn.
Hungry boy.
Did everybody else set their stuff?
Yeah, I guess I ditched my armor and my hammer.
Okay. I set, like,
My sword and my kashola.
Did you say a +2, Josh?
Yes.
So, wait. He didn't say how we, like, get in, right?
Well, your otter told us, didn't he?
He said there was a path beyond the waterfall.
So, who wants to dive in?
Well, what about the turtle?
He
Sure.
seems nice.
He's friendly, right? I try to get a vibe on that. Does he look like a friendly turtle? Does he look like he's gonna snap us like that twig?
Give me a interpretation check.
Turtle interpretation.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
While she's doing that, Bull is going to attempt to like lay some branches over our pile of stuff to camouflage
Actually,
it.
sorry, this would be knowledge nature.
Huh. 4 and 1, much better than the other one. So.
So, judging by his size, like, you guys would be roughly small fish sized to him. He is an omnivore, but you guys would be little fishes swimming past him.
If he's hungry, it might be a problem.
You could try talking to animals.
Yeah, I was trying to earlier. I'll do it again. Can I do it with an animal-y spell?
Yeah, earlier you said, I speak in profane.
Yep.
And that's why the
True.
profane dude who is hiding in the bushes next to you is... when you're like, I can see you!
Yeah, that was... Yes. True. Very true.
But anyway, as I was saying, Bull is like trying to lay branches and stuff over our pile of stuff to camouflage it.
Yeah, you can give me a survival check. Or a stealth check, your choice.
I will do a survival check on that one, boss.
Cool.
Two and one.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to hide it pretty decent. At least you don't think any birds are going to be coming by and stealing your axe anytime soon.
That'd be a big bird.
Well,
What's the difficulty of your commune with animals?
See, that's the problem, boss. There ain't nothing written. It just says commune with animals. There's no description
Let me see.
for the spells.
Oh, okay. Yep. That's a cantrip then, I believe. Difficulty.
Alright. I don't know. We can figure it out later. Or if it's situational. I don't know. But, nothing there.
We might have even given it as passive. Like just spend 2 strain.
Okay, so I do a
Witchcraft check.
magic check.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm trying to say. 4 and 2.
Yep, you're good.
Hi. So, do you mind if... Yes, hi. Yes, you. It's nice to meet you. Do you mind if we just get past?
You don't see me.
I'm afraid I do, little buddy.
I can hear you, Josh.
Underneath the water, you hear... You can hear it. Sneaky, sneaky turtle. Sneaky, sneaky turtle.
Wow.
What did it say to you, Sarah? I didn't hear Josh.
It said you can't see me. All whisper style. That turtle is I'm sorry. That rock is very sneaky. We might not see a turtle at all. We don't know how well this is gonna go for us. So,
Okay.
and
Kind of pulls
Tell it-
himself up out of the water more.
Bull, do you have the strength
And-
to suplex this turtle?
The amount of water that's displaced, you guys see just giant, like, whoosh water just lapping down and off in the cliffs.
you know, I saw a really big pool of salmon down below earlier. I say it kind of like I'm saying it out loud, but in the thing.
Oh,
like I
you mean
can't
that one
see
that
him.
had like? You mean that one that had like what? 5,000 pounds of fish in it?
Ah,
Yeah. Oh.
those fools are giving
It
away
was
their
right
fishing
over
spots.
there?
Yeah.
Right over there?
Ah, no fair. Oh, they got such good fishing spots, but I'm stuck here.
Oh. Stuck here. Yeah, we're. Why would you be? No. This is hard. Why would you be stuck here?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Yes, it's cold out.
Yeah,
is she gone? She's gone. Whoosh! No, they're definitely still there. Hello!
Hey.
Hi. Hello.
You have crossed my domain. I am Egbert, the mighty tortoise. You dare come across my threshold? Do you have offerings of thousands of salmon?
Ah. Why, as a matter of fact, we know exactly where there are some salmon that you might find interesting.
That is wonderful! I can't move
Why not?
because I made a promise to something that made it very binding for me to stay here.
Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. What sort of promise, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, you see, they assured me that all of my children would be bounteous. They would live and prosper, and I would have all the food I could want. Just have to make sure that someone is always here guarding the threshold.
Oh, well, you see that guy. He's gonna be here. The one that was here earlier with the books and naked?
Oh, they said he's not allowed to guard it. But
Oh.
he brought me fish for hundreds of years, so we kind of have an understanding.
Oh.
Well, we could watch it for you.
You would watch this spot for me.
Or
It would be impossible for us to bring back all those fish on our own.
Oh, that would be so nice if you could shoulder the yoke of my oath for me.
Temporarily?
Would you be willing to say the words? Would you become the gatekeeper, the guardian here?
No.
What about if
I was thinking more like we would stand here and watch while you go ate the fish, and then like came back in 2 hours.
What about this? What if you let us through? When we come back later, we'll go get the fish for you and bring them over here.
Give me a
And you let
negotiation check.
go? And we don't make weird deals to be guardians of a place that we definitely need to leave really quickly. Also, he gave us his name right away. I got only 3 advantage and a no success.
Clearly, he is stuck doing this for a reason, because he's a fucking turtle.
Huh?
Looks at you. Nay. I don't demand fish. I demand...
A shrubbery?
Soft, gentle touch of a good woman.
To be quite frank, I haven't had a chance to talk to someone in a while.
Well, Wallaby here is
Back
great
in
at
the water.
talking.
Well, I would stay with Egbert, but I think I should go see Leanne and Shay, given the nature of particular quest we're on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a thought.
That seems pretty vital.
But maybe Chemo here would be willing to hang out with them.
Isn't it a bad idea? Emery's not gonna say it.
I would be more than willing to stay. I could watch over your supplies.
Do not let our prisoner do that.
That seems like a really bad idea.
Yeah, I don't trust that guy.
Well, we could just kill him.
What?
No. I told him I wouldn't. Not yet.
Are you talking about Chemo or Egbert? Because
What? I have not said a bad word about Egbert.
Egbert's all of a sudden very worried about what Bull's been saying.
I said that I would not kill Chemo unless he tries to cause harm through negligence or direct action to us, to myself or the party. Until he does that, I can't kill him.
What about this? What if I leave a friend here to talk to you? While we go through, since you're feeling a bit lonely.
You would leave someone to hang out with me, Egbert.
Yes. Do I still have my otter out? Stays out like an hour, right?
I believe so. Yeah. I
So
believe it's a concentration. Or 10 minutes.
I
He'd be out.
he's an hour.
An hour. Nice.
So
Why don't you leave?
something like this?
Hello.
You can let Ollie hang out.
What is your name? Yeah, I would hang out. I mean, he seems pretty cool. To be honest, I'm kind of intimidated about the Great Lake. I could just hang out here. I could go get fish for him. Make a day of it. Watch our stuff.
It actually isn't a bad idea, Ollie. If you stayed here with Egbert and mysterious naked.
Oh, I'm not
Well,
gonna read
guy.
that book. I never learned how to read, sister.
That's fine.
Not the others.
No. Don't worry at all. You don't usually need that in the woods.
She doesn't have to tell us we're standing right here.
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you and the otter stay with Egbert and we'll be back in a jiffy. I hope.
As a matter of fact, that sounds just fine. Hi, Oliver. Good to meet you.
Oh, shit, we gave your names to the turtle.
Uh-oh.
Don't tell anyone else, Sid. We're really bad at this already.
Well, if you guys would just get on my back, I'll help you out.
Whee!
Okay.
Now, how are you feeling about this, Wretch? We've gotten through 2 encounters without fighting anybody.
We're killing it.
3 if you count the waterfall lady.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
Assuming you guys all hop on the back of the giant turtle.
Yeah.
He paddles across towards the waterfall and through the waterfall. And way up, about 15 feet off the water surface, is a opening. And he stretches up, and you kind of have to walk along his shell and then up his head to get up to the surface, in order to be able to get into the passage. And the area is immediately visible because it's actually illuminated, very similar to very early morning on a very overcast day. It's like a light blue as you guys step up and into this threshold. And as you do, as you walk away, it's almost like as you walk in and you turn around and look towards the cave mouth that would be leading into the waterfall. It is a space that is on a rock that is leaning up against another one, and it's just this weird thing where you could easily walk by it and not even notice this was here. You'd expect that if you were to have turned around, you would have seen just solid stone. It defies space. You've clearly walked into a new place instead of just walked into a cave set into a mountain. And you are once again outside and in a space, weirdly enough, better lit than where you came from. And we'll pick up there for our next session as you have finally made it into the grave.
We did it.
All right.
Yeah,
We did it.
we did it.
And you guys, you narrowly avoided
Have a single fight this whole session,
several
you guys.
pretty intense situations.
Oh yeah, because we had the giants, and then we had the waterfall people, and then the naked goats, and then the giant turtle. That was 4 fights we didn't have today.
I feel like you shouldn't be like every single thing we encountered we didn't kill
Therefore,
this session.
yeah, right.
You know what? I wouldn't be mad if we re-encountered those giants where I'm fully healed and no crit. And, they happen to eat my sword.
Yep. Yeah, but I would have never done anything to Egbert. Let's be
No.
Never.
No, not Egbert. Pure soul.
Egbert would have been a
He
terrifying
is-
fight. His snap attack is pretty dreadful, and the whole time if he lands on you in the water, you'd suffocate, and he'd pin you against rocks and grind you up. And his splashes, when he moves, knocks you towards the waterfalls. And then you'd have to climb up the rock face.
So as I was about to say before Josh said all that stuff, He's lucky we had that tea this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys would have been murderous. Just gunning down Egbert.
Yes.
Like, look here, you flipper bastard.
By the
Don't
time we
tell
got
me
there, I
where
would have had.
I'm gonna
By,
go.
by the time we got there, I would have had every single bracelet that was in that pool on my arms, and they'd just be going nuts, and I'd be covered in blood.
Yeah. Touche. Very good.
You guys
point.
ever have turtle soup?
Oh, too funny. Alright. Cool.
Well, we'll pick up 2 weeks from today. One step closer to Leanne and Shay. That's not supposed to rhyme. It rhymed. I was trying to